Bulls Radio Lounge. Off the cuff for your Thursday nights. We have Belly in the studio.
Good evening.
Lint has taken a vacation day. Would it be a vacation day or a personal day?
I think it's a personal day.
Personal day?
Yeah.
He's only been hosting a show like once.
Yeah,
He's already taken a personal day.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Wish I could take a personal day.
Me too. Not really.
So welcome to the show, October 24th, 1 week before Halloween.
Blah, blah, blah.
Where all the ghouls and goblins and whatever come out.
The freaks come out at night.
You think there'll be a lot of freaks coming out?
I live in Plant City, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. You live in that sort of...
Itty bitty Plant City.
Would it be like a hillbilly-ish type?
When I first moved there, it's getting more mainstream now, but, you know, we still got them.
The Plant City has been sort of up and up lately here.
Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah, not really?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I didn't like it when I first moved there because I was a senior in high school, but now I like it since I have a family. It's quiet.
Why did you move there?
My parents made me.
Okay, that makes sense. Not because of anything else, just because your parents moved you?
I was just told we were moving there, and I was pissed because I had a girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
So I was a horny 17-year-old. But, Ma, I want some pussy.
And you've been there ever since, huh?
Been there ever since. I love it.
So the Strawberry Festival comes there too, right?
I love the Strawberry Festival.
Do you go there every year?
I take my kids there every year.
I hate the Strawberry Festival.
Really?
Yeah.
I go for them and then eat horrible food.
Yeah. The food is delicious but horrible.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere of the Strawberry Festival there's too many people.
I don't go in the midway part where all the riffraff are. I usually stay with the kids section kind of area.
Would riffraff be a little bit sort of condescending?
No, the riffraff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole Plant City Festival is great and everything, but it's not my cup of tea.
No.
You know, I'm still getting used to the fair, when I go.
It's like a little version of the fair, really.
Well, no, I've been there. Been there, quite a few times.
Right.
But the Strawberry Festival is just too packed. And then, you got to park out in the field, stuff like that. And it gets soggy.
You got to find a granny that'll let you park there for $5 and you just walk there.
Now, my cousin used to live two blocks from the festival.
Right.
And we'd always go out there and go watch them build the rides.
Yeah.
Oh,
all the carnies.
God. Seeing a guy pounding away out of a bolt that won't go in.
Dude, I took my kids to the Hillsborough County Fair. It was on 60 this past weekend.
Oh, really? Was that Catholic church?
I don't know who ran it.
That big Catholic church or something like that?
It was, oh, man. I can't. The old Christmas, where you drive through the Christmas lights. I had that a few years ago. It wasn't there last year.
All right.
Yeah.
USF used to do that.
It might have been, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this was like right on 60, right outside of Plant City. And I was on the Ferris wheel, and I heard so many crickety cracks. I'm like, we gonna die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have a jabroni, building the ride.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's drunk and getting high and stuff like that.
Yeah, on meth.
On meth or whatever he's doing. It just sort of raises concerns.
Yes.
I don't ride those rides. I've been on one of them years ago. And I refuse to ride them.
There's certain rides I'll do, and there's certain rides that's too sketchy. I can't do it.
I want to say the last ride I did was the Himalaya.
Okay.
That was decades ago.
I took my kids on the Gravitron. You know the one where you just stand there?
Yeah.
My little one, he wanted to do it so bad. Like
really?
Once it started, once we got going, he's like, "Get me off this damn thing!"
Now with that thing, can you still go upside down? Because that was a rumor that you could go upside down with that.
The gravity raised me up, and it kind of started putting my feet up in the air, kind of a thing. It was kind of funky.
But can you flip upside down?
No, I didn't flip upside down.
Imagine I can't think of the guy who's sitting in that seat.
In the DJ booth.
And just watching that thing spin
I'd
and
be
spin.
throwing up,
yeah.
dude. It was horrible.
I don't know if I could do that. Gravitron. Ugh.
No.
So a lot of things to talk about tonight. A lot of different stories. Riders rescued from Universal Studios on the Rip Ride Rocket.
Nice.
The second time.
Is that the one where you pick your music or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good ride.
It is a good ride.
Let's see what else do we have on here. A lot of stories tonight. I don't know how much your opinion about this is, but they had a story from Wild 94.1, right?
Right.
And it says, looks like weed, but it's not. Law enforcement warns about fentanyl disguised as cannabis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
And from the
right there.
picture, it looks like cannabis, but they said it's just fentanyl.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I wonder we'll get into that. My question is, how do you know what's going to be the difference?
You're going to be dead if you smoke too much of that
Probably.
fentanyl.
There's a parody that you sent me as a Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
It's a Joker parody from Oscar the Grouch.
Yep, that's hilarious.
We'll get into that, and then if these ads stop popping up, the American security guard guy who asked him not to call him the N-word.
Yep.
That one. There's a lot of stories.
A lot of good stuff.
We'll go through that a little later in the show. For now, it's the Halloween edition because next Thursday we won't be here.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I don't know about Friday. I know
I'm
we're
not
gonna do a
sure.
show tomorrow night with Christian because Lint has another personal day he's taking off.
No, okay.
So, but I don't know about Friday for next week. I have to get with Christian tomorrow night and see what's going on
Okay, right on.
and see what he wants to do. You're welcome to join if you want.
I have to talk to the wife on that.
You got to get confirmation.
Yeah. You know,
All right,
Fridays are usually a no-go, but we'll see.
See if you can convince her.
Maybe I'll annoy her enough to actually get the hell out.
Said, bitch, I told you.
Leave me alone.
Is that what you say?
No, that's what she says to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bitch, I told you.
Yeah.
Gives you the backhand.
Bitch, I told you. With her baby powder.
So how you been? It's been a week. Anything new? Anything changed? What?
You know, not sleeping, but, you know,
Not sleeping?
not sleeping leads me back to Bob Ross. You remember Bob
I
Ross?
remember Bob Ross.
Oh, dude, he's so
Back in the day.
relaxing.
Yeah.
Happy little trees.
Could you watch your show like nowadays?
I do watch it, to be honest
Do
with you.
you still watch it?
I watch it.
Really?
Yeah, it relaxes me. It's very.
Is it his voice?
It's
or?
it's soothing. I love art and I love paint, and he just makes it look so simple.
It
and
does.
he has that. You ever heard of ASMR?
Yes.
It's kind of has that kind of effect.
How are you?
His voice.
Welcome.
Oh, we're gonna beat the devil out of it. Oh yeah. Happy little trees.
Make that macaroni like really soft.
Oh yeah.
I think that's sort of getting really crazy. I think
Yeah, some people into crazy things.
with I'm saying with the AMSR,
Yeah.
I don't see how that can like relax you too much.
And actually, it is kind of some of the stuff is kind of relaxing.
You think so?
Yeah.
How many hours do you watch of AMSR?
Oh, I usually will just watch Bob Ross, but
really?
I mean, I've watched the videos, the satisfying kind of videos.
Uh-huh.
I've watched one where someone's actually cooking and they don't talk at all. They just like you can hear the mixing
Yeah,
of like all that stuff.
Back to our other 2-inch brush, and we'll tap this. I want to create
I love that
mist again.
Bob
Notice the
Ross.
separation. It's
He's
caused
dead,
because of
isn't
the
he?
Yeah,
difference
he
in
died.
color,
When did he die?
difference in value.
He died like he was
And that
young,
misty
like
area
52.
turns
Really?
into
Yeah.
the
What
very
year?
best
Like
friend.
2000?
Way before that. I think.
Really?
I'm not really sure.
He was a phenomenal painter
Yeah,
too.
he was a Marine. I think he was a drill sergeant.
Was he really?
Yeah, I think he said something like he used to yell at people all the time, so that's
Uh-huh.
why he was so self-spoken when he was painting.
I mean, he just had his easel set up, his little, his paint tray right there, and then the black background, and that was it.
Yeah, it was it.
Guy made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Just doing that.
Yeah, love him. I love that guy.
He's a really good artist. I have no issues with Bob Ross. Never have.
1995 is when he died.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, 95. What were you doing in 95?
Me?
Yeah.
I was high school. I think
High
I
school?
just started high school.
I think so too, yeah.
I
I was-
graduated in 99.
That was 2000.
You were 2000?
Yeah.
I'm older than you?
By 1 year, probably.
Jesus Christ. I quit. Making me feel old, bull.
No, come on.
Jesus.
I mean, it's only 1 year.
Well, Lint's
you
got
act
me
like
beat.
it's 50 years.
I know. I could beat Lint and be 6 years older.
You beat him by 6 years?
Yeah, he's
Really?
6 years older than me.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No kidding. No one I saw the gray.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I can't say much. I have gray too, so
The gray, the arthritis.
I think we all suffer from arthritis and gray.
Yeah, I know.
At some point in our lives.
It's a struggle to get out of bed in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, not much going on. I just had a film thing this week that I had to get done. And then we did Tuesday for the Bull and the Bartender show, which went off well.
Good.
Which I don't think we're going to do one next Tuesday. I don't know. It's sort of on the fence.
Are we taking a whole Halloween week off?
Well, I think Mark is real busy with the bar.
Right.
And he has a lot of people coming over for the bar.
Gotcha.
So his work schedule may not coincide with the show schedule.
Is he doing any kind of Halloween specials that you know of?
I think so. I think he's going to be doing like something at his bar where like, having candy outside for the kids.
All right.
And then doing something,
Adult
relatively-
beverages.
well, not for the kids, but I mean,
Why not?
yeah.
Live a
Here's
little.
here's your fifth of Jack. Go ahead. Here's
There's
your
always
trick
got
or
to be
treat.
a first time.
So yeah, he's going to be doing that. So I'll find out more like towards probably like Friday,
Right on.
maybe Sunday or something like that. Just to figure out what's going on with him and see what's going on with the show.
Lint said he's good for next Friday.
He is good for next Friday.
That's what he
He'll
said.
make a return.
He's the grand return.
You think he's listening right now?
He might be.
You think he's listening like while other things are going on?
I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, do you think he's sort of listening to what we're saying, like he's old and gray hair?
Well, he knows that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't know if you got offended.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
You're not offended, are you?
I don't rarely get offended.
Rarely get offended?
Rarely.
Gotcha. All right, so riders get off Universal's Rip Ride Rocket after you're stuck on the tracks. Have you been on Rip Ride Rocket?
Yeah, I went on it when I went to Halloween Horror Nights.
Did you really? Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked
At
it.
night?
It was really good at night and really good drunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fun.
Speaking of which, I'm drinking a, what did I say, Jose Cuervo
Yeah,
and root beer.
and root beer.
I didn't have Coke available.
Yeah, root beer will work. He is listening, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, is audio. I don't know why it sounds like that.
Because they're really high up in the air, ball.
Well, I thought it was a news story.
Oh.
But basically what happened was a number of Universal Studios guests are safe after the on the ground after they became stuck on top of the roller coaster on Wednesday.
That's how they were stuck, like horizontally? It's not like they were like vertical?
Well, it says that news cameras rolling around 9:40 a.m. and guests got out of their seats on the Rip Ride Rocket roller coaster at Universal Studios and walked down the stairs.
Okay.
It says, we experienced a technical glitch at Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. The ride did exactly what it's supposed to do and brought the ride safe and controlled stop. We have helped our guests off the ride. We are working to reopen the ride as soon as possible.
Yeah, at least it didn't derail, I guess.
Well, no, that's a good thing.
That's a very good
I
thing.
mean, think of the headlines of that.
Oh, yeah. Universal sued and owned by...
Well,
mom
there
and
is a
pop.
guy who is suing Universal, like as we speak, about, those souvenir cups,
Yeah.
where you get the drink like
I
every 10
heard
minutes.
about this.
So
yeah.
because it's not unlimited,
Yeah.
right? I say it in air quotes. He is suing Universal because they claim their drinks are unlimited, but he can't get a drink anytime he wants to.
It's every 10 minutes, I think. Or
It's every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ruin this for the rest of us, dipshit.
Right. I mean, it's stuff like that that's going to, for like season pass holders. I don't know if you're a season pass holder or not.
Not for Universal. I am for Legoland. I love Legoland.
Really?
Yeah, I got kids, bro.
Oh.
Dude, I love it.
Legoland's horrible.
Dude, not when
For the
you-
price, it's horrible.
for the price. You crazy? Well,
Come on.
I think I got grandfathered in. I spent $75 for an annual pass for each.
But see, there's nothing really to do at Legoland.
They have the Star Wars weekend there. That works for me.
That's 1 weekend a year.
That works for you. Just got to go 3 times and you pay for the whole.
I know, but
year.
still.
Then they have the water park too.
Okay, but there's nothing really to do.
My kids are happy, so I'm happy.
I mean, I like Universal because I'm a movie fanatic. But
No,
I,
I
mean,
love Universal too.
I'd rather choose Universal over Disney, actually.
I can't do Disney. They're way too expensive.
Yeah, they are.
They're crazy expensive.
$150 a pop just to get into MGM.
Yeah, for me to walk in with my family, it's going to cost me $1,000.
Over $1,000.
Yeah.
That's just $1,000 just for the entrance.
I'm like, do you want to go in or do you want to eat? Shut up.
The ice is like $20 extra,
That's crazy.
and then you don't even get discounts.
No.
If you're a season pass holder,
Nothing?
nothing.
That's nuts.
I mean, you may get like 10% off a hotel room on select hotel
Oh, so you only
rooms.
pay $20,000 a night?
Yeah, but yeah. But other than that, you don't get discounts at food places. You don't get discounts on like popcorn or nothing like that. I mean, it's just insane.
That's crazy.
The only real beef I have with Universal is that, and it's not really a beef. It's more of like a question. Is when you get your Universal passes, they say you get like, percentage off of certain things.
Right.
But when you go to these certain places, they'll tell you no.
Okay.
And that sort of boggles me. It's like if you have a manager that's talking about, you can get it off, 20% off here or there, right? Why are other people saying no?
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes no sense.
Okay.
Another thing about Legoland is I get to go into more than just Legoland. There's other places in Orlando I get into for free with the family.
Like the Orlando Eye?
They don't that's not run by that company anymore, so you got to pay. But there's the Madame Tussauds
Okay.
Wax Museum. That's pretty cool. They have an aquarium there.
Yes, I've been there. I've been all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids love the aquarium, so I mean, it's good value for the money. I mean, it's not as exciting as Disney or Universal or even
Right.
Busch Gardens, but you know, my kids like doing the little water slides, the wave pool, and hitting up some rides, and then we're good to go.
Now, have you been on the Orlando Eye?
I have been on the Eye.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah, I've also been on that big ass swing.
Oh, how's that?
I got sick.
Did you really?
My kids loved it.
Okay.
My 5-year-old's like, let's go again. I'm like, no, we're not going. No.
Why'd you get sick?
I get motion sickness, and I
Okay.
didn't anticipate getting motion sickness on that.
Uh-huh.
But thinking hindsight's 2020, it's like a carnival swing. You know those swings at the
Yeah,
carnival?
yeah.
That's basically what it is.
That
And it was like 105 degrees out that day, too.
Oh,
so.
nice. All right.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Throw up in the chair?
No, I held it in. I kept it in.
Okay.
I was just like a little clammy and whiter than what I normally am.
Did you hold it into the trash can or hold it into the bathroom?
No, I was good. I didn't throw up at all.
Really?
I walked it off, man.
Oh, wow.
I
Good
walked
for
it
you.
off, sweating.
I probably would have puked on the ride.
Oh, dude, it was horrible. I wanted to.
Really?
Yeah.
Even going around in circles, right?
Going around in circles, I would have
400 feet up.
all the tourists looking up. Oh, look. Oh, what's this in my face?
It's rain.
Yeah. That was my breakfast from this morning.
It's colored rain that looks like eggs.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know.
it was bad.
Oh, that's I don't know. I haven't been on that one. I've been on the Orlando Eye. I did the Madame Tussauds, which is great.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fantastic. The aquarium's good too.
Yeah, I like the aquarium. It's fun.
Little zoo hut, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like Zoo type, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was good experience. I did the skeleton one, the museum.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The museum that has all the skeletons. in
Yeah,
there?
that's like in the plaza right
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
I haven't been in. I've seen it. I wanted to go in.
And I've
but-
been at that restaurant a couple times too. The big one, the candy one.
Okay.
You walk out of that plaza
Right.
and you look to your right.
Yeah.
And they're playing the loud ass music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in there.
Okay.
They
We
had-
didn't eat there. We ate at the burger place. I was like, it's still in the
Burger
same
place.
plaza. It's a little. I forget the name of it. It was
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
pretty
yeah.
good burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it? Like the taste was really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It was. I mean, too expensive, but I mean, it's Orlando.
It's all expensive.
Yeah.
You just park it. It's
I
expensive.
like looking at them. I'm not a tourist, okay?
Yeah. No, I've had the the Sundays over there
Yeah.
on that one restaurant, the real tall ass Sundays.
Yeah,
where they put
yeah.
like all the. They even dip it in like fudge or whatever it is, the
Right.
chocolate stuff, and they put all the icing in the ice cream and all that shit right on top of it.
Right.
And it's like this big, about that big around.
They give you a big old cup of diabetes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it is good though. It's good tasting.
Oh, yeah, of
you
course.
know. I ate at the Hard Rock numerous amounts of times
Okay.
at the Universal. Would you try that 24 karat burger for $25?
There was it have gold leaf on it or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's only $25.
Yeah.
Try it, whatever.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably wouldn't taste any different. I don't
I
think.
wouldn't eat anything the rest of the day because it's so damn expensive.
Actually, Universal prices are not that bad, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
$25. I thought it would be way more.
And you get a lot for what you eat there.
Yeah.
Like I usually get like a chicken plate.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I'll get like a barbecue chicken type of thing.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
get
mean?
you.
Or like a salad, like a chicken Caesar salad.
Yeah.
You know, their fries are fantastic.
I'm a big snacker guy when I
Are
go
ya?
to theme
Okay.
parks. Like I like churros and pretzels.
See, I can't do that.
Really?
No, I
I'm
can't,
all about
I can't
that.
do that. I mean, I like churros and I like the pretzels,
Right.
right? But with this whole glucose thing that I'm dealing
Oh,
with,
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
do that. It just makes it. Plus, I don't know. I see people with a bunch of turkey legs walking around.
Sometimes
what I mean?
you gotta ravage it like an animal.
No,
Man.
I can't do that in the hot sun.
No.
That-
Oh yeah, you get the meat
That
sweats or whatever.
drives me nuts. You know what I mean? And then your hands feel all greasy and stuff like that, and they smell like even with the hamburgers, right?
Right.
I still have that hamburger smell
On your hands.
on my hands.
Yeah.
Even like when I eat what's it called? We just talked about the Hard Rock,
Right.
I still have that hamburger smell on my hands.
Right.
Like every time I wash my hands, I still can't get it off.
The worst is Burger King when it comes to that. To me.
I don't eat too much Burger King.
I don't either,
Okay.
but every time I do, I feel like I have Burger King in my mouth and on
Yeah.
my hands for like 3 days.
Five Guys is the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah. You ever ate at Five Guys?
I've eaten at Five Guys.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
greasy as all hell, but
Tastes good though.
it tastes good.
With all the toppings, you can't even taste the grease.
Right.
You know. But yeah. So Universal, the Rip Ride Rocket, got stuck once again. I think it got stuck a couple months ago too.
No, really?
Yeah.
You need to fix that shit.
Well, the ride is supposed to be technologically advanced for its time.
No, really?
Yeah, because I remember when
Keeps
they
getting stuck.
well, I remember when it first was slated, it was supposed to go from Universal around City Walk and come back,
Okay.
like a touring type ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess they put it like on a smaller speed. They put it between the actual park and studios,
Okay.
like television studios,
Right.
like Studio 22 and 24 and stuff like that.
It used to be, I think, isn't where the old Nickelodeon thing used to be?
Now that was Blue Man Group.
Oh, okay.
The old Nickelodeon studio is Blue Man Group now.
I got you.
Which that was a great. I don't know if you've been there at that time, but that was in the 90s and like early.
The
2000s.
Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
always wanted to get slimed or go on Double Dare.
I've
Remember Double Dare?
done both of them.
Mark Summers.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on the actual show, but at the end of the tour,
Right.
They used to have like a mock-up of the show.
Yeah.
So you can like eat the slime, play with the slime, get slimed, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Then they had the what was it? The slime fountain thing. The geyser
Yeah.
where they like blow up all the slime everywhere. You know what I
Right.
mean? They took that out too.
Oh, okay.
They used to have a time capsule there too.
Really?
Yeah, over it was a metal plate that was in front of the studios.
Mm-hmm.
They put a time capsule in, I think, in like 94, 95-ish
Yeah.
or something like that. And they moved it to what used to be the old Nickelodeon Studios Hotel.
Okay.
Remember that one?
No, I really don't remember that.
Remember the Nickelodeon Hotel?
No, dude.
Oh, man, that was a great hotel.
And I know I'm older than you. I should remember this stuff.
Well, now I think it's like a Ramada Inn or something like that, or some Holiday Inn or something like that. You know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean?
Some chain.
Yeah, but now it used to be for a number of years the Nickelodeon Hotel and Suites,
Okay.
right? It was a really nice hotel. Like they had a big, those big splash buckets.
Yeah.
Well, they fill them with the green slime.
All right.
Well, it's water based,
Right.
It's water, but it's colored,
Yeah.
But they had like a big party out there, and they pour that slime on everybody and shit like that.
There you go.
Then
Good
they have
time.
like a theater in there. You can watch movies. They have another show where you can do like Double Dare and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really kind of almost like the Lego Hotel.
Okay.
I'm sure you stayed there, right?
I've stayed at the beach retreat.
Is that pretty good?
It's pretty good.
Is it expensive?
With the being a pass holder, I think for a couple of nights it was like $300 total,
Okay,
something like that.
still expensive.
For 4 of us.
You can go do that on almost on a good day on Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the kids, man.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but still,
I spent most of my time in the damn pool.
the experience.
Yeah.
When you see a giraffe coming towards your window,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll get a kick out of that one.
Yeah, they would love that one.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What is your view on cannabis?
I'm for it.
Okay. I am too. I have no problem with cannabis. Now, there's a story that came out from Wild 94.7
Okay.
that says, looks like weed, but it's not. Law enforcement warns of fentanyl disguised as cannabis.
That's dangerous.
That is. It says, warning, there's now a weed. Excuse me. There's now a weed. That doesn't make sense. I'm reading this verbatim. There is now a weed on the market.
Now a weed on the market.
Yeah. That looks just like the normal stuff, but it's actually disguised as something more very serious. Cops tested this new pot, and it came back positive for fentanyl, heroin, tramadol, and traces of meth.
Jesus Christ.
Police are now warning the public about this new deadly mix of drugs.
Does it have any weed in it?
It just says it has fentanyl, heroin, tramadol, and traces of meth.
Dude, you take a couple puffs of that, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, is that, I don't know.
Fentanyl enough.
What's that?
Fentanyl's enough.
Yeah, that's what they put in bodies, don't they?
What do you mean putting bodies?
Isn't it fentanyl what they put in like the bodies after they die?
You thinking embalming fluid?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it fentanyl?
Fentanyl is powerful. Like I
Yeah,
think
but it's a preservative, isn't it?
30 times. That's a painkiller. 30 times more
Oh.
powerful painkiller than like morphine or
I
something.
thought it was a preservative for the body. Fentanyl. You sure?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but
Okay. So, I mean, like, it's sort of a different subject to talk about because you don't really know, like, how would you know? How would you know where to get it? How would you know if you can trust the person?
that's why we need to make it legal recreationally and have
Mhm.
dispensaries and tax the shit out of it.
I mean, Colorado does it.
Right.
They're making big bucks.
Yeah.
I remember the one newscaster girl, she quit her job on the air
Right, to go be
to
like
go
a
open
weed,
up
a weed farmer or something.
Yeah, she opened up her own dispensary. I for one, to be honest with you, I for one believe that the essence of cannabis works.
Right.
Because it's been proven medically that for like cancer patients,
Mm-hmm.
people with migraines, people that have any number of different issues. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a safer alternative, and it's not like what the government has enlisted for so many years that it's, oh my God, it's just, the devil's lettuce. You know what I mean?
Right. The propaganda.
Right.
Yeah.
And all it is just a ploy so they don't lose money.
Right. From
You know what I mean?
big tobacco and the
Right.
pharmaceutical companies and all that stuff.
But now with this coming out, saying that it's been tested for fentanyl, heroin, tramadol, and traces of meth, that's a little bit
That's dangerous, dude.
insane.
That is insane.
I
in the
mean, just
membrane.
by the picture of it looks, like normal weed.
Right.
Normal, is it weed or cannabis?
Isn't it like?
I mean,
same
what
thing?
would be the proper term if
It's
you want to use
cannabis if we're being proper.
cannabis?
Yeah, if
All
we're
right.
being proper.
You want to call it cannabis or
Yeah.
weed?
Oh, Simon Goodman does one. Hey, Simon. He wants to know if the tequila and root beer is it any good?
Not bad. Has sort of like a sweet taste to it, like a sweet chocolatey taste.
Okay, right on.
And actually, the tequila is actually from Mexico.
No, and you also you're thinking of formaldehyde for embalming.
Yes,
bodies.
formaldehyde. Thank you, Simon. Which reminds me, the Tuesday show, there was a person that was chiming in, right?
Right.
That said, used to be your boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Oh, you're asking me that question right now. I don't know off the top of my head.
Used to be my boss.
That's what they said in the chat,
Okay.
that they used to be your boss. And they were blowing up the chat.
Was he being a dick?
Nah, being nice. I don't know if that's a he or a she, to be honest with you, but
Trying to think.
they were
I mean, I've
This-
had quite a few bosses in my life.
apparently
was
this
it my wife?
person- I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to pull up the videos that way I can try to,
Right.
if the internet works. Let me go to Tuesday show. 21 views so far, actually,
Nice.
for that show. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Simon also says gold leaf doesn't have a flavor. It's a waste.
For $24?
Well, yeah. I mean, and then, dear God, how messed up does someone have to get talking about that concoction?
Martha, I think Martha Viber.
Oh, Marty. Okay. Yeah.
Marty, you know Marty?
Yeah, Marty was awesome. Marty
Okay.
is awesome.
Who is Marty?
When I used to work at AOL, she was one of the managers, supervisors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think she came close to firing me a couple times, but
Did
I won
she
her
really?
over. I think I won her over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, was she pretty
I'm
cool
charming.
or?
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
What did you do for AOL?
Tech support.
Okay.
I was the guy that said uninstall, reinstall, fuck off.
And how was that job?
It was honestly that was more of a big party than it was
Okay.
like being responsible.
Right.
It's like, hey man, we going to the bar after work tonight? Yeah.
Really?
Oh, dude, every night, man.
Really?
It
No
was
kidding.
a big party.
So AOL job was really, really good for you, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what'd you do tech-wise? Like, did you figure out things or?
Yeah, like we had like a program if they called in, oh, I'm getting an
Mhm.
error message. What's the error message? You type it in, it tells you how to fix it. Kind of a thing.
So, like, normal people would call you?
Yeah, you get the
Okay.
old. This is back in the days of dial-up and
Yeah.
when
The old
broadband
dial-up.
started
Right.
coming in. I was in the dial-up for a lot, so I was dealing with a lot
Uh-huh.
of old people.
Right.
So they had to get off the phone after every step to try it. then
That was
call
the
us
worst,
back.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that they got a lot of pissed off people. There it is. You got mail.
Back in the day when you had to wait till you got home to check your email?
Yep. Tie up the whole phone line.
Yeah. Somebody pick up the phone while you're doing a research paper,
Oh, dude.
and all of a sudden your thing goes out.
Oh, let my mom try to call one of my aunts and gossip, and we were doing it. Get the fuck off the phone!
I don't know if I'll do it. Oh, I didn't do it. It was, I still have AOL.
I have an AOL email address.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm an old school guy. I like my AOL.
That's just where I know I'm going to get a bunch of spam, so you got to enter in your email address on the website. I never check it.
I never check my spam either.
Yeah,
I don't check any of that shit.
I just don't check the AOL email. I
Really?
just send all the crap there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so I have it.
Everything just sort of diverges to that. You know what I mean? so that way I keep it up and running.
Right.
You know, but other than that, I mean, I'm not going to just like for the one that says Bulls Radio Lounge, I have it sort of converged with my AOL one,
Right.
So that way when I pull it up on my phone, I can look at all of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you send me stories,
Right.
I get like a ding, 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 coming in. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Which is not bad. I don't care. I mean, you guys are doing prep, which is good.
Yeah,
You
man.
know?
I'll bug you all day.
Huh?
Bug you all day.
Don't matter to me. I don't
There you
care.
go.
The next story that I want to talk about, we have to sort of talk about it during the break
Okay.
because I want to kind of get clarification on how to approach it.
Okay.
You see what I mean? It's a news story, but the only problem is that it's a news story, if that makes sense. And I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
It's actual news? It's not fake news?
No, it's actual news.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's interesting, but then also it could go south real quick.
Oh, depending on the word usage, wordplay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The verbiage
I gotcha.
on that particular story. So may have to get clarification on what we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Let's do it.
All right, when we come back off the cuff, we're going to get into a little more stories and just talk about Halloween shit. Some ghost stuff and, pull up some ghost stories and see what we can do and start a campfire.
See if I can debunk them.
Yeah, because you don't believe in ghosts.
Nope.
And then we're going to hit the show off really quick next. So stay tuned. Off the cuff, Bulls Radio Lounge.
We gon' go to war, yeah, without failure. Do it for the fam, dog. 10 toes down, dog. Love and the loyalty, that's what we stand for.
It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to
Bulls
see
Radio
what I
Lounge.
can do to test
Now, if you're wondering why I'm playing, by the way, this is off the cuff, why I'm playing the Frozen song. Also
Because
known
it's
as-
awesome.
Yeah. But also Let It Go.
let it go, let it go.
Because it kind of ties into the sort of hot topic, if you will, that we're about to talk about. Which I find it funny, but I also find it very strange at the same time.
Okay.
Because I don't think anybody should bear witness to this act that this guy did
Not in public.
inside the store.
What you do in the privacy of your own home is fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So the title of this story is Florida man arrested for having sex with a stuffed Olaf at Target. Let that marinate for a minute.
Oh, man.
Florida man arrested for having sex with a stuffed Olaf at Target. Now,
He kind of looks like the Moose Sven from the movie,
he
too.
does. I mean, with the long hair and everything like
Dude,
that.
look at him.
Let me try to pull it up over here
Christ.
on the live camera here. See if I can work my magic doing all this stuff. So here's the guy right here on the. And this is actually Pinellas County. This is St. Pete.
Nice.
So the story goes on. Witnesses told police they saw Cody. Is it Metter? I think Metter.
Yeah, meter.
Whatever. 20 take a large Olaf from Frozen off the shelves at a St. Pete location and began to dry hump the toy in the middle of the store.
Oh, man.
The police report claims murderer ejaculated on the Olaf doll and put it back on the shelf before he selected a large unicorn stuffed animal, which bears to ask the question, was that his next target?
I don't know. If give him a few more minutes, he would have stuck that horn up his ass.
and began to have sex with the object as well. So he had sex with the Olaf right here and a unicorn.
Why would he put it back on the shelf?
I don't know. I mean, murder was taken into custody while the store and admitted to doing, quote, unquote, stupid stuff.
No shit.
Yeah. He was arrested and charged with, now get this, criminal mischief.
All right.
Criminal mischief for sexually assaulting an Olaf doll and a unicorn doll. Like, what did they do to him?
Yeah, right.
Like,
You're
why
just
were
sitting there chilling, wants to go in some 5-year-old's bedroom.
right? Why were they selected to bear witness to this guy's let it go-ness? You know,
He walks by like, Olaf's looking sexy right now.
oh, Olaf,
Oh,
what am I gonna do, Olaf?
look at that big orange carrot.
Olaf, you're so white. You're gonna be as white as snow when I get done.
I wonder if he smoked some of that fentanyl meth concoction right before.
That fentanyl cannabis.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, still though. Would you say something to the guy or would you just walk by?
I mean, I wouldn't know what to say. I'm like, hey, buddy, you need a hand?
Or would you just sort of say, let it go?
I would pick up one of the red phones and be like, we need assistance in aisle 7.
Just
Let it
let it go. That's all you got to do is let it go.
And he let it go.
He did let it go all over the Olaf and then came after the unicorn.
I like this part. He admitted to his dirty deeds, saying he did stupid stuff and nutted on the Olaf.
That dirty Olaf.
Oh,
Did you think Olaf talked dirty to him?
maybe in his head.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like he was imagining Olaf
Oh, dude.
with a carrot,
Yeah.
sort of,
Maybe
posing.
he has a thing for snowmen.
You think
Hate
so?
to see him at Christmas time. Well, he's in
jeez.
Florida. Shit.
Sure.
He goes to that hotel in Orlando and builds a snowman, starts banging it.
But would you just sort of, like, if you see that act, right, in the
Right.
middle of the store, right, would you just say something or would you
bring attention to it.
just sort of walk by and go, yeah, let's go, come on.
Like, if my family's with me, we'd walk by and I'd go get a manager. But if I'm by myself, I'm texting my wife like, you won't believe this shit.
Show me what's happening at this store.
You don't believe me? Look here.
Yeah, let me show you what this guy's doing to Olaf.
Yeah, dude.
He's
Now,
giving the Whisker Willie.
is he not? He didn't pull out his wang. I'm assuming because if he pulled out his wang in public, he'd have to register as a sex offender.
And that's what I was concerned about because it didn't say that he did.
Okay.
It just said that he, in the story, it says off the store, he just pulled the Olaf off the store shelves and then began to dry hump the toy. So I would probably think that either he had the toy on the floor or was he sort of pressing it against him?
I don't know.
Like standing up.
Like he had him like in the corner.
Yeah, like sort of like,
rubbing it
watching
against his
behind
junk.
him. Yeah.
Or he's just straight up in the aisleway. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to reach that game over there. Can you?
Sorry, little Johnny. That's not buttons on Olaf's
Some
shirt.
old man steps over him.
I mean, you see your. That's just hard to say.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's just hard to say. I mean, to me, I would be like, I don't know. I don't know what I'd actually do, to be honest with you, because I would just picture in my mind, like because this guy put the doll back on the shelf, right?
Right.
And then I'm thinking, well, some other, kid or little Johnny is going to pick up the same doll that he just violated,
Yeah, right.
And all that stuff's going to be all over the doll, and then I'd go to jail.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'd go to jail.
Well, I'm thinking he has some sort of mental illness because I'm seeing here his father told the cops that his son has a history of this type of behavior.
Of going to stores and just molesting
it
stuffed
just says
animals?
this type of behavior, being a psycho son of a bitch, I guess. I really don't know. It doesn't say what, but.
I mean, if you're, going after Olaf, I mean, you sort of have some sort of erotic, vision that you're doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, what it takes to even go to the store and whip out Mr. Winky.
Maybe
right?
he's into furries.
You think so?
Maybe.
Maybe he dresses up like a furry.
Could be.
Like run across the floor like Tom Cruise,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
What was the movie called with Tom Cruise in it? We had the shirt and the socks.
A Risky Business.
Risky Business.
Yeah. He's in the middle of Target. Come here, Olaf.
You dirty Olaf, you.
Let me seduce you.
Didn't even take the Olaf to dinner.
Nothing.
Just here.
You didn't even take him to the food court.
No.
Nothing, dude.
Just sorry about your luck, Olaf. You're the guy. You're the man.
Let me play with your carrot.
Let me rub your carrot.
Oh, dude.
The Olaf and the unicorn stuffed animals were removed from the store and destroyed.
Yeah, put in the incinerator.
I mean, still though. I mean, that's.
He has a thing with for things with
Now-
phallic symbols on them.
Symbols.
Whatever.
Now, could you see like this sort of happening like maybe at a Walmart
Definitely a Walmart.
or like a Kmart?
Yeah, old school Kmart, Dollar
Target.
Tree.
That
Target's supposed to be upscale, man.
well, the Olaf wasn't worth $1 anymore.
Nope.
He got his dollar's worth out of it.
Ugh.
With
Gross. I can't even picture it in my head, man. It's just gross.
I mean, come on. You see Olaf with a cigarette in his hand?
Oh, yeah. Like there's something. What is that movie? Oh, Kingpin. Remember Kingpin when he bangs
I've heard of
the
it,
old
but I've
chick?
never seen it.
The old chick when they're done. What is it about good sex that makes me want to crap?
I mean, just the thought of like, all right, well, there's like a Mickey over there. There's an Olaf here. There's something else over here. There's a Winnie the Pooh over there. Whatever, stuffed animals are there. And he just picks his Olaf.
Yep.
Like, I mean, what was he thinking?
I just want to know what the thought process was.
Like, was he imagining Olaf talking to him?
Yeah, imagine if the toys were actually like Toy Story. And
Oh,
like
really?
when you turn your back and get this guy away from me.
He's probably like, oh God, what's going on?
Mickey's like, Olaf's in trouble.
And then Pooh's like, oh bother.
Oh, bother.
The Igor's be like, oh dear, here we go again.
Tigger.
They actually did that one time. They actually psychoanalyzed the different characters from Winnie the Pooh.
Right.
I think Winnie was like manic. No, what was it? Igor was manic depressant.
Yep, I could see that.
And then Tigger was like hyperactive.
Yep, I could see that.
And then Pooh was something else. Pooh was paranoid or something because he talked to Christopher Robin.
Okay.
And then Piglet was, what was it? Very.
I know he has that stutter.
Was Piglet a stutter?
I think he had a stutter.
Yeah, he was, I think, sort of very like schizophrenic.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And rabbit was like OCD.
OCD was a rabbit.
Yeah.
And then I think owl would be like a narcissist.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a wise narcissist type of thing.
Yeah.
But just to pick the Olaf, that's sort of weird.
I just want to know the thought process behind it. These are the things I think of.
Like all the characters you could have picked out of a store,
Right.
and all the stuffed animals in the world, and you pick an Olaf.
Well, he picked the Olaf, then he picked the unicorn, and they have those phallic-shaped symbols on them, the carrot and the horn.
That's true. I mean, what was it? Walmart came out one year with those dolls that had like a, not really a doll, but it was a stuffed animal
Right.
that had like a ring for a mouth.
Really?
Yeah, you never saw those?
Maybe if I saw a picture of it,
They had
it's
like,
not ringing a bell.
a ring like this big around, right?
Right?
And it looked like the doll was about to give you a blowjob.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
But it was a stuffed like a Olaf, but it didn't look like Olaf, but it was almost about the same size,
Okay.
right? And it was supposed to like move around and bullshit like that, but it had a ring for a mouth.
Okay.
And it looked like, a whore on the street about to give you a blowjob.
That's crazy.
It sold pretty big too.
How many did you buy?
I didn't buy any. I saw that and oh Lord, So a man was he was getting it on with an Olaf.
Hey, man. Let it
And
go.
then now did he got off with a unicorn too, right?
I think he tried.
So he
and then
double
that's when the
teamed it?
cops showed up.
Now did he double team like both, like one in one
No, I
hand and
think-
one in the other?
I think he did the Olaf. He put him back on the shelf. I'm done with you. And then he found the unicorn, and
well, he
then the
said
cops
he
showed
had
up.
sex with both of them,
I think he started to dry hump the unicorn. I think he finished with Olaf,
and then saw the unicorn right
I'm
next to him.
actually impressed with how he rejuvenated
Yeah,
himself.
I mean that's sort of
afterwards. It's
quick,
pretty
unless
impressive.
he gave it a little bit of time. But I mean, I don't know how much time you would have,
Right.
Between security finding you and.
Yeah. I mean, where the hell are the employees of this time?
I mean, I don't know wherever this Olaf is in the store or
Ugh.
whatever, but nevertheless, I mean, still, I mean, I don't know. I'd be sort of, I would probably, I wouldn't say film it, but I would probably like be taking pictures and be like, hey, look at this.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I'll be texting her. You wouldn't believe this shit.
Yeah. Oh man, so a man went into Target and had relations with an Olaf and a unicorn, and apparently he was happy out. Now I wonder what when he went to jail,
Right.
And
What you in for?
yeah, what you in for? Well, I sexually assaulted a Olaf and then a unicorn.
I think he went to the psych ward, to be honest with you.
You think so?
He had to.
I mean, as a doctor, you probably wouldn't be sort of that surprised.
No,
You know
I'm
what I
sure
mean?
they hear some crazy stuff.
But if you're a doctor and you go, hey, look, what you in for? Well, I just assaulted these two stuffed animals.
Imagine if that's your first case. Like, this is your
Yeah.
first patient ever.
Yeah, like, oh, well, how
I
do we
would
deal with
totally
this?
crack.
So here's your Olaf. How would you like to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, think of that conversation.
Can
on
we
the
get
phone.
this guy for an interview? Because I really want to ask him why he picked Olaf.
Why he picked Olaf?
Yeah, then the unicorn.
I mean, what was I want to know what his infatuation with Olaf.
Yes.
Why was that his first?
Maybe he really likes the movie.
Like Frozen.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're coming out of Frozen too, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You think it's gonna be better than the first one?
Probably not, but it's going to make a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah. That's what he did. He let it go. He let it go quite well
Yep.
with both unicorn and the Olaf stuffed toys.
Poor Olaf.
Now, what I'd like to know in the chat is if anybody has seen, it don't matter what type of store you've been into, any weird, shit that goes on.
Or have you
know.
banged a stuffed animal?
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to know about anybody. I mean, if you want to, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you want
want
to share the information.
share your stories about how you banged the stuffed animal, that's
We're all about honesty here.
yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll let you know what's going on.
And we'll invite you on the show.
Yeah. So how'd it go? Did you talk to it? I mean, all I can picture is just sort of, Olaf singing what was the one song that he sang?
The one where he starts like melting. He always wants to go in the sun.
yeah,
or something
Olaf,
like that.
Summertime or something,
Something
like that. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
I have a mental picture of Josh Gat's voice. Yes.
Oh, do it. Harder. I don't know.
I don't know the name of the song.
I don't know. I think it's In Summer. Frozen in Summer.
That's the sound he made.
Let's see. Hold on.
Summer does come.
That was perfect.
That's what he felt afterwards.
Put me back on the shelf.
I think you just want to just lay on the shelf and just sort of relax.
Yep.
You know, after that experience.
Doing whatever snow does in summer.
That could be a whole new meaning of what just happened.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
In my hand.
You know.
My snow up against
I think Olaf found a new friend.
We need to get this guy on the phone and play that song in the background.
So how was your summer, buddy?
Just tell us about it.
Just tell us just a summary. Like what you thought beforehand, what you thought afterwards.
I have some questions, yeah.
How was it? What time of day it was? You know, what went through your mind?
Why that particular Olaf?
Why that particular Olaf? Why do you like that Olaf? What is so special about that Olaf?
Right.
And then maybe we could counsel him. Yeah, be like, hey, look, it's okay, buddy.
Maybe we could talk him down.
And it happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know? But I've never seen, like, on YouTube, they always have these videos of, like, Walmart where they, like, these crazy, you know, people that walk in there with, like, pajamas or, you know.
I see that all the time.
That, you know, crazy different outfits. But I've never seen
No, I've never
anything
seen
like
anything
that.
crazy
You know what
like
I mean?
that.
And to hear this story at a department store, you know, that's insane just in itself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Dude, it's a little nuts.
I mean, I know they had the big issue with the whole gender bathroom neutral thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where, you know, they passed to where like a male and female can go in the same.
Right, yeah.
Which, I mean, do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay. Do you have a problem with your kid going to the bathroom and then another, you know, person that's supposed to be another person goes in there?
No, I mean, when you go into the bathroom, you're going in there to use the bathroom.
Right.
I mean, most people aren't going in there with malicious intent. Of course. Plus, I'm going to be in there anyway.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you know, you walk in there and you see, like, nevertheless, there are people who, and if it's a very sensitive subject.
It is
it's very
a
sensitive.
subject.
And I don't care how you do. You know, I don't care if you're a male wanting to go to female, if you're a female wanting to go male. I don't care. That's your deal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It has. I think of the person, you know, just as you and me talking.
Right.
You know, I have. If let's just say if you want to make that transition,
Right.
I have no ill will towards you.
Gotcha.
I'm like, that's cool, man. If you like that, I may have some questions just
course.
out of curiosity.
Right.
You know, but I would never be like, oh, you're wrong, you know, or something
Right.
like that. You know, I could care less. You know what I mean?
Right.
As long as you're cool and as long as, you know, we get along, I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? But, you know, the thing is that when you have people who just want to do that just to walk into a bathroom because they're fucking child predators or something like that, you know
Right.
what I mean? That's where I draw the line.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
And that's where I sort of say, hey, look, you know what? People are not saying that, you know, you don't have to sit there and not be sort of subjected to that, you know, transition. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying is that it's not right to do that. I think people are saying that it's like, hey, look, it's okay, but with a heat of caution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some that are like that, and there's some that's just no. And,
Right.
You know, you're always gonna have it on all sides of the spectrum.
Because they're old school.
Right.
You know, they're old school. It's like, which I understand that, and I guess I kind of sort of relate that because to me, like when you go into the bathroom, you know, I don't know about you, but like when I go to the restroom and there's a bunch of guys there, I don't talk to anybody.
I don't talk to anybody.
Like I'll hear sounds, like I'll hear gruntings,
right,
and I'm like, and sometimes I'll see, and I've always wondered this, like when other guys use the restroom, right? I always wonder why would they put their hand on the wall?
No, I don't know.
And like they're grunting as they're using the restroom.
They may have a problem.
Like when they you know pee, they're like
They probably got the clap or something.
or something like I don't know, or they like a feel good type sign, you know, like oh my god, it feels
like
good.
a good pee.
You know, no, I agree with you, but it's still though. I mean, I don't know why they put their hand on the wall.
I don't get that either. That's
I've
disgusting.
seen it at the Bucks games,
Right.
not the Bucks games, but the stadium games,
Right.
you know, like the NHL, like the lighting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I've seen them do to there, you know, and I'm like, what are you touching the wall for? You know how many people touch that wall?
Right.
You know how much
And
germs
didn't wash their hands. Yeah.
and didn't wash their hands? I mean, come on.
Jesus. I need Purell right now.
So what I'm saying is, I don't care if you're you know transitioning or whatever terminology you want to use. My whole thing is if you want to go in there and you want to maliciously do something that is not what's supposed to be.
Right.
Like if you want to go in there and go, you know what, I'm a, you know, hypothetically a person's a sexual predator and they want to go in there and just do whatever they want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where I have a problem. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying everybody is like that, but you have like that 1% that are like that.
Yeah, you have a small percentage of
Right.
it. But, I mean, think of it right now. How many, you take your kid into the bathroom right now, you don't know if the normal guy that's in there with you is a sexual deviant or a sexual predator.
Right, and I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know.
Right. So just don't. I don't like it when people just assume a transgender person goes into they're going to do something to my kid. Stop being fucking ignorant.
No, that is true.
Yeah.
You don't know because I've met a couple different transgendered people and
Right.
either starting the process, going into the process, or finish the process, and you wouldn't even tell.
Right.
You would have no idea.
I have a
You know what I mean?
transgender friend. She's the sweetest person in the world.
Right. You just get that 1%, right, that want to do that and just be malicious about it, and that's where I have a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter if you're bringing your kid in there or you're just going to the restroom just for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in this day and age, you have to protect everything that you have.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and go, yeah, little Johnny, go to the bathroom.
No, my kids don't go anywhere.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your family. You have to protect your kids because, you don't know who's going to be there.
Right.
And that's everywhere. That's just not in the restrooms. That's just not, going out to eat. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, you go out and play in the yard.
Yeah.
Till supper time.
Right.
And you came in. Nowadays, you have to have a camera, a nightstick, a 45, a security system, a large dog, just to protect your family.
Yep. Simon makes a great point. Sex predators are going to do whatever they're going to do no matter what bathroom they're in. 100% correct.
Now, do you believe it's right for people to protest in certain stores because of that policy?
Protest for or against? I mean, I have
against.
no problem.
Against.
I have no problem with any kind of peaceful protest.
Like what I'm saying is they actually walk into the store and start yelling chants of like
They're assholes.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Those people just need to get a life. If you want to protest peacefully outside,
Right.
there's no problem with
Off
it.
the property.
Yeah, I have no problem
On
with
a
it.
public sidewalk.
Right. If you want to go into the store and make a scene and you want all eyes on you because you think you're so righteous, kick rocks and get hit by a bus.
And I agree the same way. I think to be honest with you, I think everybody needs to just worry about their own shit.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about if this person is transgender or this person is not. If this person is it still the word gay? Is that still
I would say that's
politically correct?
I'd say that's a fine word. It's not wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't say the F word, but I don't like a normal radio. You really can't say gay.
Really?
No, because some different places that broadcast,
Right.
They don't like that term.
Okay.
Just like the F
Well,
word.
you mean like a station or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
they have, that's a private station that has their own rules. I could see that. But,
Right.
But like not FCC or something doesn't have a problem with the word.
No, not with that word in particular. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
But I don't think politically correct that you can say gay though. I don't know. Because it used to be the term, you know what I mean?
Right.
And nowadays it's sort of like, oh, if I say gay, that person might get offended or something like that. You know what I mean?
I haven't personally run into anyone
Okay.
that has
Which
had
is
a problem
good
with
because
that
I
word.
think now the people who are more activist,
Yeah.
right, they'll take like that 1%, they'll take that one little thing and blow it up all. Because I think, if I remember correctly, there's some people who like that term and there's some people who don't
Okay.
because they think it's detrimental to what their belief is.
Well, isn't the LGBT
Whatever.
gay's in there, right?
Well, gay's
Lesbian,
not in
gay,
there. It's lesbian.
Gay.
Is it gay?
Believe so.
LB,
I'm horrible with
lesbian, bisexual, something like that.
yeah, LGBT.
Well, there's like a whole
Q.
list. There's like 27 different like letters that go with it.
Yeah.
So it's not just LBGT.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like LBGT, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I
You
can't.
know what I mean?
I'm ignorant to it. I can't
Which to me,
really
it
speak
doesn't
to
make any sense. I mean, if you're whatever you are, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? If let's say if you were gay, right?
Right.
Who cares? You know, I don't care.
No.
I don't care if Joe Blow is gay or whoever. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? If you're happy the way you live, go for it.
Yeah.
What's that?
I tell my wife and I tell my my female friends at work. People probably gonna think I'm weird, but I want, like, my wife and I, we watch that Queer Eye show.
Yeah, which is a great show.
It's a great show, and they have Jonathan on there, and he's the stereotypical flamboyantly gay man.
Right.
I always wanted a flamboyantly gay man close friend.
Right.
I've always wanted one, and every time I mention it to someone new, they give me like this look. It's like they're gonna dress you well, they're gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, even if they want to like rub your shoulder or whatever, I don't care about that. You know, it's something I've always wanted, and the closest thing I have is Simon. I love you, Simon.
I mean, like I said, I don't care. I don't care if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if whatever you are, right? The only real problem that I have is that if certain people try to push their like, for example, let's just say again you were gay, right? And we had this conversation, right? And you said, because there are people who are out there that will do this, right? And they go, well, you know, in my opinion, I don't believe in X, Y, and Z, right? And then you'd be like, well, you know, you're wrong because this and this. I don't want to hear that. Right. I don't want you pushing your beliefs on me, because it's like I believe in religion. Yep. And you don't. Right. I'm gonna Q&A you. Of course. You know, just for the sheer fact of Q&A, right? But I'm not gonna sit there and say you're wrong because you don't believe in the Bible or God or whatever. And if you don't, that's fine. If you're gay and I'm not, and you say that I'm wrong, oh, well, that's great. Who cares? Right. You know, but don't push it on me that, you know, every second of the day, well, you're wrong this or you're doing this wrong. It doesn't matter. Yeah. If you're living your life however you want to live it and you're not causing harm to any other person, right, I have no problem with how you live your life. But it's just that 1% of people who sit there and go, you know, you're not using the term correctly, or, you know, this or that. You know, to me, I think that, you know, in this country, if you're gay, you can't have quote unquote equal rights. You know what I mean? And that's what they're fighting for, is equal rights. Right. You know, my thing is that it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're not. Okay. If you're, like, I'm saying equal rights is in, like, you know, healthcare. Mm-hmm. Okay. Stuff like that. If you're black, if you're Mexican, if you're white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Right. It should be equal across the board. Exactly. It shouldn't have to determine on who you're dating. Right. Or who you with. Correct. You know, I have a good friend that I'm not going to mention on the air, because I don't know. It's a strange situation. I get you. But he was on a show that I used to do previously, right? Mm-hmm. And he's you know, gay. Okay. But you would never tell. Okay. Like, for years, I would never known that he was gay. Right. You know. So, I mean, and he's a fantastic guy. You know, he's great. He's very creative. He does a lot of things around the Tampa community, you know, and he doesn't push his stuff onto anybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's happy. Yeah. You know, as long as you're happy, man. Right. That's the whole thing. You've got to be happy with what you believe in, and don't sit there and, because one person says, well, this now, don't be wrong, there are people who are sitting there like really horrible, you know, when it comes to that subject. Right. You're going to have outliers on both sides of the spectrum, but I fully believe in my heart, for the most part, most people are accepting of everyone, but the people who talk the loudest get the most attention, and that's going to be on both sides of the argument. You know, but there are people who take it to a more higher level, too. That's true. You know, like some of those you pull up with people that in this type of subject, they'll walk through stores telling people and the employees and confront them and have an argumentative conversation with them. Not really a conversation, but basically mouth breathers telling them that you're wrong and you don't need to work at this particular place because you're supporting X, Y, and Z. Right. Which is not true. No. You know what I mean? You shouldn't go into an establishment and say anything, because if that person is doing their job and they don't care, what does it matter? Exactly. What does it matter to you? I mean, if you've got that much of an issue with it, then you know, take it up with you know, a manager or something like that. You know what I mean? My thing is, don't go parading around a store going, well, you're wrong and I'm right. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And my thing is, why do you have so much? Like, what drives his hate? Why do you have so much of an issue with it? Right. Let's get down to the root cause of that. I mean, are you lonely? Or do you? Are you closeted? Right. Stuff like that. Are you actually, like, you know, gay but not realize it? Right. You know, And that's the whole thing. It's like, it doesn't. I hate the subject because it's so separated,
right?
And it's such a hot topic. You know what I mean? Like one button of it, and it just like everything else explodes.
Yeah,
you know, and it's sort of like a boiled pot. You know, if you leave it on there too long or you close the lid, soon that all that steam is going to burst out.
Right.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Everything is bursting out.
All the extremes get the attention, and then you can't question the people with the extremes because then you're wrong.
Exactly.
Like you said.
Exactly.
And you should be able to question everything because
that
you want to
true.
know why they think what they think, and question why
See,
they think what they think.
If I ever was confronted by a person, I hope I never am. You know what I mean? Because I would probably just walk away because it'd be a no-win situation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if I ever was, I'd be like, look, listen, instead of yelling at each other, right, let's just have a nice, formal conversation.
Yeah.
Because
ask each other questions.
I want to know why you feel this way.
Right.
Nevertheless, that I'm not gay, right?
Okay.
I support, all aspects.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said before, I don't care. I don't care if you're gay or not. You're just because a person is whatever, right? Between like being in that trans mode and being gay themselves, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
So I would have a conversation like, why does it bother you so much?
And to be honest, Simon makes a good point. Many people want to be seen as superior. Equal rights take that away from certain people. So that's a good point that he makes there.
So what is he saying? Like, because if they had equal rights, they would take away from
They
this
think
whole
they think they're
explosive?
better. They think they're better than
just because just because they're married to a male female, they think that they're better than the person that's married to a male or female.
So yeah, going back onto that, going on top of that, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the times the people that are so outspoken and do that go into the Targets or go into the Walmarts or go into wherever, a lot of basis of their argument is of the religious aspect.
That is true. Yes,
they're the evangelical fundamental religious people. And they think that they're 100% right and everyone has to follow what they believe in. And they don't realize that that's not the kind of country we live in.
Not nowadays.
It's never been.
Well, it used to be. It used to be, quote unquote, "In God we trust."
It's still that, but
that was our basis of our foundation of America.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
That's
"In God we trust" didn't come into play until the 50s to fight communism.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive on that.
That's why they have it printed all over the
why it's
currency.
On the money. That's why it's on the money.
Even before that?
It wasn't before. It was in the 50s.
Was it in the 50s?
Yep. Even the Pledge of Allegiance didn't have "Under God" in it originally.
And what year did that come out in?
The Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what year it came out in.
Okay.
But "Under God" wasn't added until later on.
And see, that's another hot topic too.
It is a hot topic.
Because now you go into separating church and state.
Yep, and I'm full for that.
So I mean, how do you do that when sort of, I guess now? See, I'm sort of curious now. Of when was that taken out, or when was that added in there? "Under God."
I'm not exactly sure when "Under God" was added on. I'm sure we can look
If anybody in the chat knows when, please chime in. Let us know if "Under God" was in the 50s. You said.
"In God We Trust" was added to the currency, I believe, in the 50s.
Okay. But that's another topic for another.
Yeah,
matter.
that's a whole segment on its own.
So the other story that goes along with the whole restroom thing that we were talking about was sex offenders sue sheriff who put no trick or treat signs in their front yards.
Why are you suing? I can see like certain guys. Okay. Going back to like earlier with the Olaf story.
Yeah.
If you bust your wang out, you have to register as a sex offender. So let's say that
that's an open public.
Yeah. Let's say I'm really drunk and I can't. Everything's closed and I can't find a restroom and I pee behind a dumpster and a cop happens to walk by and he arrests me because someone can see me. I have to register as a sex offender. I can see why.
I don't know about that.
I think you do.
I don't know about that because I mean, I don't know about you, but I've had situations, decades ago, where I used to get, drunk in Ybor.
Oh yeah.
And I would, pee in the alleyway.
Of course, everyone's done it.
Right.
But if you get that one cop
Yeah, that's true.
I think you do. I think you do have to register as a sex offender.
I don't know if you go that far though. I don't know if
it may be places where kids can see you.
Now I can see if it's like an open public space, like with a Target thing, right? I can see that, right? But if you're just going and a cop sees it, I mean, think of it this way: are you really going to bust a guy for peeing in an alleyway?
I mean, if I was a cop, no.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, they'll do that whole process of a person that's just peeing in the alleyway,
right?
Like they may get lewd and lascivious, marked on them. You know what I mean? Or exposing themselves, behind a alleyway. You know what I mean? But they're not going to sit there and like, hey, look, you're now a child predator or a predator just because you whipped out Captain Winky and took a piss.
Right. But I don't know if that's a Florida thing, but I mean, I think I heard something like it may not be true. We might be able to look it up, or someone might be able to look it up. But
now,
so I mean, going back to the pledge thing, I'm sorry. The pledge was written in 1892, and God We Trust was added in 1954.
Wow, I didn't even know that was that close.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was when the country just you learn everything, something new.
Something new every day.
So sex offenders sue sheriff who put no trick-or-treat signs in their front yards. If I was a sheriff, right?
Yep.
I would have put 40 of them in the yards.
As a parent, I appreciate that.
Of course.
And
But as a warning to trick-or-treaters, the sign reads in capital letters, "No trick-or-treat at this address," something Sheriff Gary Long has taken literally.
Georgia law is very, very clear. It doesn't say that the sheriff can or the sheriff may. It says the sheriff shall. And it says that the sheriff shall, in fact, notify each community of the presence of sex offenders.
The idea to put out yard signs in front of registered sex offenders' homes came after the county decided not to host an annual trick-or-treat event in the square.
The big challenge we face here in Butts County for years and years and years, they've always done
Butts County?
Yeah.
Halloween on the square. And on Halloween night, we'd have anywhere from 2,500 to 4,000 children.
With no central place to go, the sheriff says he knows more kids will be going door to door to trick or treat. Instead of putting signs on offenders' doors like the sheriff's office has done in years past, he decided to place them front and center in the yard.
Good job.
Yeah.
I give him props for that.
Yeah. I mean, what's the basis of their lawsuit?
Well, I mean, I guess
You're
they,
embarrassing me?
yeah.
Well, maybe you shouldn't touch kids, dickhead.
But when they sit there and get charged with being a sexual predator, that's part of their thing, that they can't have any lights on. They can't have any contact 500 feet from any school, right? And they can't sit there and have any children walk up to they can't be around any children.
Right.
Which is fantastic, And for this cop to sit there and do this, right, I back him up 100%. Like I said, I'd put 40 of them out there. Because really, I mean, you did the crime. You did what you did, right? So you should have, and people may think that it's inhumane to justify a means to an end.
Right.
But my thing is that if you're going to be convicted of this, right, without a shadow of a doubt, right, and you're a registered sexual predator, right, there should be nothing standing in people's way to sit there and put signs out there, and to sit there and make fun of you or whatever the case may be. Because you exposed yourself, you did something heinous to a child.
Right.
You did something heinous that's going to destroy their lives, okay?
Yep.
And now you're offended and you want to sue the sheriff's department because these guys put signs in your yard that you did the crime.
Right.
Nobody else did it. Nobody else was charged with it, but you want to make a big tiff out of it because now they put signs out there.
Right. And then the sheriff say shall. They shall do it. So it's the law.
Where everyone can see them.
The activity in our neighborhoods on Halloween is really going to increase. We actually launched the signs out Saturday.
Sheriff Long says that there are more than 50 sex offenders in Butts County. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation's website says there are close to...
Which to me, that's way too much.
Yeah.
50 registered, right?
50 registered.
That is way too much.
Yeah.
That is way too much.
31,500 sex offenders.
31,500 sex offenders.
That's crazy. And that's just in that area.
In the state.
On the state.
It made us wonder what other communities are doing. The Gwinnett Sheriff's Office told me that deputies will be doing compliance checks. They plan to post their offenders watch page, too. A few years back, the Bartow County Sheriff's Office did a similar initiative. They posted no trick-or-treat signs on sex offenders' homes and apartments.
There's some sex offenders that's not happy. But I'm not really in the business of making them happy. I'm in the business of keeping safe communities and making sure our children is protected.
There you go.
That's all. That's it. There's nothing else.
Yep.
You
I'm
know,
the judge. Case dismissed.
Right. If you have a problem with that, then you know what? You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have sat there and exposed yourself. You shouldn't have sat there and pulled out Captain Winky, did whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
People that harm children, I have zero sympathy for.
I don't either.
Zero.
They should be put out into an island and let the sharks get them and eat them up.
But here's the thing: 31,000 in the state that are registered. Think of the ones that
aren't registered.
Aren't registered.
Yeah, that get away with
been
it.
Caught.
Yeah,
it's scary, dude.
I don't know. I'd go to jail quick,
dude. Yeah,
I would go to jail quick,
real quick.
I'd be like, the cops go there. So what's going on? Just handcuffs.
Yep.
You know, why? What happened? I just beat the sex offenders.
I would have my lawyer do a justifiable homicide.
Yeah.
Like that's the game we're playing.
I'm sorry, I don't have any wiggle room with that.
Yeah.
You know, if you have an issue with these guys doing this, then you know what? You need to stop and reevaluate what you did. Like, I watched that show that you told us to watch, the Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
They should do the exact, like Lint and I talked about that
last week. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it.
And we discussed to where I'm all for, you know, having a park like that.
Yeah.
So they should have the same thing done to them.
The only thing with the Black Mirror thing is I wouldn't wipe her. I mean, they wipe her memory clean. So it's kind of like they're torturing her kind of a thing. She don't know why they're doing what they're doing until the very end, and then they just wipe it and redo it again kind of thing. If you had a park where, you know, you're made a spectacle, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Go out there and be made fun of. And like I think last week we talked about certain sections of the park being like, you know, bulls being alligators
with moats and shit.
With moats and shit. They have to cross, and then they review the tape, and if they did it, you know, pretty good, they have to do it again. You know what I mean? But no, I have no problem with them making a public spectacle.
Yeah.
Anything of them.
Any criminal that harms a child, I have zero sympathy for.
Well, anybody. It doesn't have to be a criminal, but I mean anybody.
Yeah, anyone that harms a child, I mean, zero sympathy for you. When it comes to children, I'm very protective of all children.
Right.
And they're innocent, you know.
Do you cringe when you see like parents like real like? There's a difference. Like I remember when I was a kid, back then when you got smacked by your mom.
Yeah.
Right. That wasn't beating or nothing like that.
Right.
That was like, you get your shit straight, I'm going to knock your teeth in and teach you a lesson.
Right.
You know, but nowadays when you walk into stores and you see parents almost do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know, do you cringe about that? Or do you sit there and go, you know what? That's their parenting thing. That's not mine. You know?
We're all human and we make, you know, rash judgments right off the bat. I'm very observant, and I see how the child reacts. Like, if the child is legitimately in fear of their parent, there's a difference between, like, you know, respecting your parent and knowing that, oh, I fucked up, and then you legitimately fear that person.
Right.
If it's fear, I might cringe because I know there might be something more.
Would you say
on.
something?
I'm not in the business of really saying unless they're like full on wailing on their kid,
right,
and their kid's like not moving. Like if you give them a
well,
pop,
of course, right, yeah.
You know, if you give them like a pop or something.
But I mean, if somebody hits like little Johnny, right, and like knocks him across the floor or knocks him down on the floor, right, like backhands him,
right,
and you see like you're walking down the aisle, right, the grocery aisle or whatever, and Mama June smacks little Johnny and knocks him on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say something?
I mean, is that the very first? Have they warned them?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to put it all in context. If if you're out of Walmart and they backhand the kid and they hit him hard as hell and they knock him across the thing and they gave him no warning, and they just did it, there might be an issue.
See, I don't know knocking him across the floor would be more or less, you know, justifiable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's a certain limitation. I mean, there's a certain limitation where, you know, beating a child and then actually disciplining the child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a very thin line when it comes to that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I kind of take a stance of like, you know what? It's not my gig. You know what I mean? It's not my kid. You know? So I can't say
right.
You're wrong or you're wrong. You know, like for you, like if I would have seen you like get on to your kid, right? Yeah. I couldn't say nothing because it's not my thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, you do your thing. You know, I probably would have been like, hey, man, that's a little, you know, rough. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I respect because it's not nothing to do with me.
Yeah. If that's the first thing you resort to is hitting, there's
an issue. Right, I got you.
But like if like you're constantly like over and over and over and over like correcting the kid, and the kid's just acting worse and worse. I mean, I grew up getting spanked.
Yeah.
You know, I fortunately have not very rarely have my oldest son, I've never had the spank ever. And my youngest son, he's gotten like 1 or 2 pops in the butt. But they're like pops in the butt.
Right,
they're not like, I'm not like Mike Tysoning him.
You're not backhanding him.
Yeah, right.
Saying,
I'm not like putting my whole weight
behind the hit.
It's like, hey, you know, kind of.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, get your attention, kind of thing.
Like get your shit straight.
And it mostly happens when they put themselves in danger. It's not because you're talking back to me. It's
you're walking off a roller coaster,
right? Or you know, you're climbing on something, or you're sticking the fork in the electrical socket.
Is that what happens when you go to the grocery store? They're like jumping all over the place like it's
no. My kids are well behaved. To be honest with you, we've been to restaurants. You know how you go to restaurants and there's kids are just animals.
Yeah.
My wife and I have gotten complimented so many times on the behavior of our children. Yeah.
They're sort of strict and narrow.
They know we're sitting there to eat. You don't climb. You don't like climb over to the next booth. You know, you order your food. You
don't run the kitchen.
You say You say please and thank you to the waiter or waitress. You know, every time they bring you something, you say thank you. They're well-behaved kids. I can't really complain about my kids.
Speaking of restaurants, a story just popped up in my head,
Sure.
right? So the other night, you know, I went out to go get, you know, kind of a late-night breakfast, you know, at McDonald's, right? I go to the one that's down the street, right? They're not accepting any cards.
Oh, jeez.
Right? So, all right, let me go up to, because I didn't even think about the one on Kennedy, right?
Right.
So I went to the one up in North Del Navy. Right past, is it Bush? Not Bush. Waters? No. Hillsborough?
I'm not sure.
Right next to Taco Bell.
I live in Plant City.
Oh, yeah. So, the best thing you guys got is that chicken place, isn't it?
That Maryland fried chicken?
Yeah. Which I've never tasted before.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
I don't really eat fried chicken. I don't really eat fried food anymore, but
okay.
Yeah.
So I went up there and I made my order, right?
Right.
And the guy, when I walked in the store, thinking that breakfast is served, like limited breakfast is served, you know, like McGriddles, you know, burritos, you know, shit like that, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I'll get a couple things and be on my way, right? So I walked in the store and the guy comes over. He starts taking my order, kind of a little bit slow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then the screen pops up the order and the manager goes, "Oh yeah, we don't do breakfast." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I just made my order." He goes, "No, the guys in the back, they're overnight guys. They don't know how to cook breakfast."
They don't know how to cook breakfast.
Yeah. So we're on a limited breakfast. I'm like, what the fuck? It didn't say in the sign. Oh, we took it down a couple weeks ago. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? And so
Give me my goddamn McGriddle.
Yeah. So I'm like sitting there and I'm like, all right, well then let me just put my money back. Okay. So he puts, you know, the money back on my card and I'm waiting for the receipt.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm in front of the register, right? The same guy walks to the front door, couldn't get the goddamn door open, right? Because he's trying to let out somebody else, I guess, that works there, right? So I'm looking over at him. I'm looking back at the manager guy, looking over here for like 5 minutes. The guy's having issues with the lock for like 5 minutes, right?
Maybe you don't want him to cook your breakfast.
So then I'm looking at him, and the manager finally walks over there to open up the door, right? And he goes, "Oh, sorry, sir. Did you want to order something else?" I'm like, "No, I want my fucking receipt so I can go home."
Right.
You know? And he goes, "Oh, okay. Well, we got your burritos coming." I'm like, "I don't want no fucking burritos. What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, I thought I want the whole goddamn order that I placed. I want it back on my card."
Right.
I said, "You guys have like the most lousiest fucking service in this town."
Right.
He goes, "Well, you know, I'm only going to be here for the next couple of weeks because they do, you know, shitty service or whatever." Like, that doesn't make a difference.
Right.
You know, if the guy was not serving breakfast, he should have told you he's not serving breakfast.
Right. Not take your whole damn order.
Right. At like 2-something in the morning. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know, when you go to like a certain establishment and you got something on your mind, you know, like you like, oh man, that McGriddle really tastes good right about now, right?
Yeah.
You want that McGriddle.
Yeah.
And then when they tell you, hey, look, we're going to order for you, like, oh fuck, I'm like, you know, really cool about this now. And they go, well, sorry about your luck, kid. Pack sand. We can't cook it for you.
Yeah.
That sort of shoots your whole day.
How do you not know how to? It's eggs, sausage, cheese,
But you want to know where the funny part about it is?
Yeah.
Is if you go there and you tell them no cheese on your hamburger, right?
Right.
Because I don't really eat hamburgers very often,
Right.
you know. But you tell them like no lettuce, no cheese, right?
Yeah.
The whole goddamn place just shuts down.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like just shuts
They
down.
don't know what to do.
Like, you know, like burners are going off, you know, fires going in the kitchen. Everybody's running for their lives back there. You know, they don't know what the fuck to do, right?
Yeah.
Just because you don't want cheese on your hamburger.
Yeah, man.
Then they make you wait for 20 minutes.
Oh,
They put
yeah.
you from one.
They have a team meeting.
Yeah. They put you one from I swear to God, I went to go make an order one time and I told them no cheese, right? It took me a half an hour just to get the meal.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Because what happened was that there's a million on one. It's not as bad as Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Chick-fil-A drive-thru sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't go to Chick-fil-A.
That's why I found the mobile ordering deal, so I can just order on my phone and just go pick it up real quick. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Saves like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
right? So you go to McDonald's, you order your food, you say you don't want cheese on it, right? And they go, oh shit, what do we do now, right? So then they put you in the secondary window, which is worse from the first one.
Right.
Because they don't want you to wait, or they don't want that timer to be waiting.
Yeah.
Because I've asked them, like, why do I gotta go to the second window? Oh, because we have other people. Okay, well, cook my food. Give me my food. That's why I went to the drive-thru.
Right.
But so then you go to the second window, you wait for the food. Then the people that give you the food are not the brightest, you know, in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, can I have like some more ketchup or some more barbecue sauce or honey mustard, right? And what they give you one.
Right.
They give you one fucking goddamn thing, you know?
What I've realized, the more vulgar you are with the request for sauce, the more you get.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I've gone Taco Bell. Can I get a fuck ton of sauce? And they toss it in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I'm like, can I get some mild? They give like.
Well,
two.
these places they don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Like Chick-fil-A, like if you get like, you know, you want 6 Chick-fil-A sauces, right?
Right.
They'll give it to you, you know. But if you go to McDonald's, you get like an extra, you know, Caesar dressing on it. They charge you 25 cents.
That's what?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Go up there and get a salad and say, I want some extra dressing. Oh, that's 25 cents extra.
That's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Then if you tell them you don't want croutons, the whole store shuts down. I swear to God, that's what it is. Like, you don't get cheese on your hamburger and the whole fucking place just shuts down.
Because they have that stuff all pre-made, ready to go.
But
man.
still, though, it shouldn't be like
It shouldn't be. Yeah,
like a
you're right.
DEFCON 3 going off and everybody in the world is like going crazy and, you know,
We
stuff
got a
like
situation.
Yeah. And again, they make you wait like 20 minutes in the secondary window.
Yeah.
And then when they sit there and go, hey, look, here's your drink, here's your food. Okay, well, I'm missing this. Oh, really?
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. They look at you like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, just get my shit. I just want to go. You know, I don't want to sit here no more.
I don't carry cash around with me anymore, really. I got
I
my
hate
card.
carrying cash.
But when I do carry cash, I love going to a fast food place and going inside and watching them try to count the change, especially if the register's broke.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the best.
Well, the night that I went into the one that's next to, you know, my house, right? The lady, the manager, was actually taking orders on paper and calculating on her phone.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know that was screwed up.
Here's $20 for your McGriddle.
Yeah.
And the sad part is I know the people who own all the McDonald's.
Oh, man.
Like the top, like the top of the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the creme of the creme.
Get us some grilled chicken
Like
sandwiches.
one phone call, motherfucker be shut down.
Nice.
I don't want to do that.
Can you ask them why the milkshake machine's always broken?
Because it's crappy. But no, I did that one time, a long time ago. I'm like, I just want to test out the waters, right? And I go, listen, you guys screwed up my order, right? I didn't want, you know, whatever it is at the time. Sorry, listen, I know the owners of McDonald's. Oh, that's great. No. I know the owners of the people who own the entire McDonald's.
Damn.
You know, and like, oh. I'm like, yeah, oh. I'm like, if I really wanted to, I'd make a fucking phone call, right? And have you talk to them on why you fucking screwed up my order.
Right.
But I'm not going to do that because
Yeah.
I'm not that type of guy. But just let you know what's going on.
Can you let me meet Grimace? I want to meet Grimace.
You want to meet Grimace?
Yeah.
I haven't seen those characters in a while.
I know.
Ronald
What was the
Mc-
guy with the moon head? I forget the
moon
He used to
head.
play the piano in the old commercials, I think.
Oh, I don't know. That's been so long since I've seen those type of
I
shows.
know.
They used to be on all the time, the commercials.
They had the bird.
The bird. What was the bird's name?
I can't remember. I know Ronald and Grimace and the Hamburglar.
Oh, the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to steal the Hamburglars.
Yeah.
Remember when KFC, Taco Bell, and McDonald's had that chicken sandwich war?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember because I used to work at KFC many moons ago. and they came out like the store that I worked at over in. You've been to Sefner?
I've been to Sefner. Yeah.
Okay, you know where Parsons is?
Yeah.
And 92.
Yeah. Yep.
That KFC that's right there.
Right.
Okay, I used to work there.
Oh, okay.
For a couple of years,
Uh-huh.
right? That was at the time. That was the test kitchen for a lot of the foods.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got all the like the barbecue chicken sandwich.
Uh-huh.
You know, the zesty. What is it? They call it the zesty strips or zesty something.
Yeah.
You know, now the barbecue ones, like when it came on the wings, right? If you were sick, that barbecue sauce, the steam,
Right.
that'd clean your sinuses out
Clean
quick.
you right out quick.
Like quick, right? Like I'm talking back in the day where KFC used to make their own coleslaw.
Oh yeah.
Like chop up the lettuce, the cabbage and the carrots.
Right.
And like one time I made it in big tubs, right? It looked orange.
Huh.
I put too many carrots in it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That was a very interesting job.
I'm sure.
I
I've
mean,
never worked at fast food.
Fast food is horrible.
I never worked at fast food.
It's very like working at a KFC is very like greasy.
I bet.
You know, you come home smelling like a fucking chicken.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I would be worried about.
Yeah.
You smell like the food all the time.
You feel a little real greasy,
Ooh.
you know, and then like your shoes and your socks and your pants are all filled with like because you have to wash the dishes too.
Right.
You know, so you have like one guy doing the dishes for the end of the night. You have one guy who's cooking. Well, it used to be you had one guy who was doing the original and crispy,
Uh-huh.
right? So they'd be cleaning that whole kitchen because you have to wash everything.
Right.
You have to wash the tables, the sifters, the floors,
Yeah.
the cooler,
You're
and then
dealing
one
with chicken, yeah.
What's that?
You're dealing with chicken.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They have to clean out the cookers as well, like all the grease, all the nastiness that comes out of the grease.
What time did you get out of there when you closed?
Oh, that was probably like around 10:30, 11 o'clock ish. You know,
Okay.
depending on what time, how packed we were, and how much chicken we had, and shit
Right.
like that. And then on top of that, the chicken that was left over didn't throw away.
Okay.
You saved it for the barbecue sandwiches or the chicken pot pies the next day,
Oh, okay.
and you mixed it in with all that,
Right.
nastiness that goes along with that.
Tasty.
We did one time. We did donuts out of the biscuits.
Oh,
we
yeah?
thawed out the biscuits and made a little hole in them and put them in the open fryer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was for personal use?
Just for shits and giggles,
Oh, okay.
you know. But fast food is just it's not a really good industry to be in, you know. It's good for like if you're starting out, like if you're 14, 15, 16 years old
to
or
get
whatever the
some
hiring rate
experience.
is for that, right?
Yeah.
But as you get older, I don't think it's a very like career type job.
No.
You know, even if you are a manager of a place and if you're making pretty good money, that's just fine. But to me, I don't know, working at like a KFC or something like that, and just as sort of like a job to do, like a Monday through Friday,
Right.
like not really having manager type goals, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just sort of like working there, a little too much for me.
Yeah, I'm glad I've never done it.
I did my stint in fast food.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd do it again if I had to,
I
but-
mean, if I was like down on my luck and I had to do it,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. But
but still,
I'm not
though.
choosing to do it.
No, I mean that's you coming home like I said, grease, and it's pretty bad when the dog comes and starts looking at you.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, going, oh look, chicken.
Oh, he's home. He's home.
Florida fisherman, another Florida story. Florida fisherman lost at sea for 14 days claims he was sexually assaulted by mermaids.
Were they hot?
I don't know. I didn't say.
Oh.
Alvin McAllister, 72, right, was found in a small rocky. Is it inlet? Or is ISLET? Is it islet?
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 I don't know.
200 miles off the nearest coastline, where he shipwrecked 2 weeks ago and managed to survive off of several seagulls, mussels, and urchins. Interesting. Would you eat seagulls?
If
you
I
had
needed to, if I had to, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to cook them right, or
I would hope so.
catch salmonella or something. Some
They're
bird
like
flu.
what do they call, like the roaches of the sea or something like that, or scavengers of the sea or something
I
like
think
that.
they're like scavengers. Yeah.
McAllister, for whom doctors did not fear for his life, was found suffering from intense hallucinations,
No
possibly
shit.
caused by dehydrations and the toxins of the unidentified mussels he consumed in the small inlet.
Did she have red hair? The mermaid
I don't know. He's got
hanging out with a crab.
McAllister is believed to have, I don't know what would have, God, it's a big word, INGURGITATED.
A B C D E F G.
Yeah, I know. Some form of toxin such as a lead or mercury found in dangerous quantities in certain varieties of mussels he possibly consumed, is still under psychiatric evaluation. Now, what if this story is true?
Or if he's just fabricating it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I'm sure he was lost at sea. I don't know if he
was assaulted by mermaids. Although Mr. McAllister does not present abnormal injuries and inflammation to the genital and anal area.
An octopus was banging him in the ass.
That's the first thing, the Little Mermaid wants to do, you know. It is highly unlikely that he was sexually explored or sodomized by living sea creatures. And these are possibilities self-inflicted, explained one medical expert.
Release the Kraken!
Is that what he's calling it?
Yeah.
He didn't have a Olaf doll next to him.
Oh, man.
Although McAllister's mental state is presently unstable, doctors believe he should heal completely in the weeks to come after his body has another big word. Expurged? The dangerous expunged. That's not expunged.
No, it's not expunged.
Levels of toxins he has been exposed to. So basically, after the toxins come out of his system, he'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's probably seeing shit after eating all that sea life. And
so he was found. He said that he was found wanting by mermaids, and they wanted his 72-year-old washed up and lost at sea body. And just like aliens, they probed him. Just to see what a humanoid, feels like. I guess.
I just can't with these people.
I mean, have you seen what he looks like?
Yeah, I'm looking right at him.
Oh, man, he looks kind of off his rocker, to be honest with you.
If he looks that bad, I wonder how bad the mermaid looked. Whoa. Christ.
I think
it was Ursula the Sea Witch.
And you'll see him like right here. He's well shaven too. I mean,
I'm looking at him with a beard and stuff now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, with the little black bandana on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's well shaved. He's rocking it out with that.
There you go.
So, I mean, maybe he was experiencing an out-of-body experience.
Or maybe, Ariel came and, rocked his world.
Hey, Olaf did, I guess,
yeah,
for the other guy. I mean, maybe that's his pleasure.
Wow.
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
There you go.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get to the Halloween stuff. We're going to talk about how a haunted house, you have to sign a 40-page waiver just to get into the haunted house, which I'm not a big fan of, to be honest with you.
I may try. I mean, this might be something I would try, but we'll get into it.
Well, if you hear what happens, right, then you'll understand that it's not worth the $20,000.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get into it.
Not even for anything. Also, the best Halloween candies, the 10 best. And then there's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, our most popular Halloween candy poll finds.
Can't argue with that.
True, I like Reese's. And then also, we can't leave without talking about the Joker parody.
Yes.
Have to get to that as well. All of that, more to come. Off the cuff, Bulls Radio Lounge. Stand by, we're back in a minute.
see something strange. Come with us and you will see. It's our town of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkin scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween. Everybody make a scene. Trick or treat. Tell the neighbors on the diaphragm. It's our town.
Bulls Radio Lounge, off the cuff, on your Thursday, October 24th. Do want to thank our fantastic sponsors, our sponsor for this show, Off the Cuff, Extreme Dance Company of Tampa. So speaking of Tootsie Rolls, the Butterfly, that's old. The Extreme Dance Company of Tampa, teach your youngin' the Tootsie Roll. With Halloween around the corner, there is nothing like moonwalking away from the zombies, vampires, and werewolves, and having the proper technique while you do it. Extreme Dance Company of Tampa is the place to learn the latest and classics in dance. Whether it is jazz, ballet, tap, acrobatics, lyrical, contemporary, or hip-hop, Extreme Dance Company of Tampa has you and your boils and ghouls covered. For more information, please call 813-877-4444 and ask for Manny or Michelle. You can also email them at info@extremedancecompany.com. For pricing and schedule, please visit extremedancetampa.com. Extreme Dance Company, let them be your, I can't even read this.
Let them be your child's X Factor.
Yeah. See, I read it before, I had it right, and now I read it on live on the air, and I have it wrong.
It happens.
It does. And it's, kind of aggravating at times. That's okay. So Extreme Dance Company of Tampa, thank you so much for allowing us to use your makeshift studio for our broadcasting needs. You can see it right there on the screen right now. 2741 West Columbus Drive. Phone number again is 813-877-4444. Just go to extremedancetampa.com. Would you try dance at all?
There's actually a YouTube video of me when in my old tattoo shop days of doing the Thriller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I know the Thriller by heart, man.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You used to do tattoos or
used
get
to.
Actually put them on?
I used to do tattoos.
Yeah. Why'd you stop?
I was making no money.
Oh, really?
And the owner,
or just not at the right place?
Yeah, I wasn't making any money in Plant City, and I had a family to think about, and just the relationship between me and the owner ran its course.
Do you still have your tattoo stuff?
I do, but it just sits in a closet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
If I'd have known that, we could do like a tattooing on the show.
It's kind of illegal now because you got to be licensed in the state of Florida now.
Really?
Yeah, that's a new thing. You got to be licensed. You got to take a bloodborne pathogens course and have your certification.
So if we did a bit to where like you did a tattoo on like my forearm, right? You're saying that you would get in trouble.
I could get in trouble.
I don't think that's.
It's the law. I mean,
really?
Yeah, it's the law now in Florida.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Could we still do it? I mean, is Johnny Law going to bust down these doors because you're doing a tattoo?
Well, I mean, if you get someone that's listening, that's a little bit of a,
it'll be all right.
I'm just saying.
We did it one time with a buddy of mine named Batman, right? We got a tattoo artist to come in and do a double tattoo on both thighs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then what he did was like the old Lego Batman and the new Lego Batman.
Oh, okay.
Like this size, right?
Damn.
And the gimmick was like every time we had a guest come in the studio, he'd always drop his drawers to show the tattoos.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That was his thing?
That was his thing.
Yeah, I think
so we had like these two. We had these two wrestlers come in. They're like independent wrestlers, right? And I was like, so, you want to see his tattoos? They're like, sure. So he started dropping his pants.
Nice.
And these guys are like really beefing up. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't want to see your tattoos.
So I was thinking we could do like a live, if you still have your stuff, do a live tattoo thing.
We can talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I mean, we can talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
you just sound like you were sort of debunking it.
No, I'm not debunking it. Not this.
Not this?
I debunk other stuff.
You were like Debo on the whole thing.
No. We talk about it. But it is, you need to be licensed in the state of Florida.
Do you really?
Yeah, man.
That's how much is the licensure?
Oh, I'm not really 100% sure. I think, but I think you got to take the bloodborne pathogens test too. So I think it comes out to like $300 a year.
Really?
Like that, yeah.
How long did you do it for?
I apprenticed for a good couple of years, and then I was there. I mean, I was there at the shop for. It's been 10 years since I've been there.
Really?
Almost, yeah.
Do you still draw and doodle and stuff like that?
When I have time to.
Okay.
I still I have a book of drawings and stuff that I keep and I look at every once in a while. I start something and then I put it down because something happens and I don't get back to it.
What was your biggest piece?
The biggest one I've drawn?
Yeah, or you done on a person?
The biggest tattoo I've done on a person is I was working on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sleeve on their whole leg.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was coming out pretty good.
I don't know if I want to get a sleeve. You know, I've been like going back. Like at first, I was like against this whole sleeve thing. Right. But then I'm like, I don't know. Would it be too busy? Would it? You know.
It depends on.
Would it be like
what you get and how you space it out and.
Because I see a lot of sleeves, and I'm like,
they look like shit.
That's a lot of.
Like my arm.
Well, no. Like yours is not really that bad. I mean, I've seen it to where you can barely see.
Yeah, it
what
looks
the
all
person
muddy,
right?
And gross.
Well, not even muddy, but like everything's so compacted.
Right.
Like with this one, I probably won't do anything else.
Right.
You know, to it, like nothing on this side, nothing like that. The one, you know, in the back of my head, I'll do nothing else.
Right.
You know what I mean? That'll be it. You know what I mean? But this one, you know, I'd like to put something, here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I love tattoos.
Yeah.
I think they're very.
I would love to get more, but I mean, they're expensive too.
They are expensive.
I used to get them for free now.
I mean, do you have any tattoo buddies that'll do it for free? Or?
Probably not for free. But I do have. I still have some tattoo buddies.
So what happens if we get like a tattoo guy to come in here?
Yep.
And to do it even for like free advertising?
I can talk to some guys, see if they want to do it, be on the show, interview them, stuff.
Would you get one?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We had to get Lynn to get one.
He has a couple.
Does he really?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
I did one on him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I did two on him.
Where?
On his arms.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
No.
On his shoulder or
on his shoulders?
Really? What are they?
One is for Thor, the Marvel character.
Thor.
And then the other one's a flower.
A flower?
Yeah, for his I don't know if he wants me talking about his personal family life, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a flower.
So it's something more personal?
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's kind of questioning a flower, but I understand now.
Nothing wrong with flowers.
Well, I mean, there is nothing wrong with flowers, but in a certain stance, I mean, there could be, issues, I guess.
Like what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just sort of speaking off the cuff.
No. Moving on.
All right. Haunted houses this haunted house requires a 40-page waiver, insurance, and a drug test.
Nice.
I wouldn't do it just for that title.
No.
Because I'm not going through all that mess.
Right. Yeah. I think the entrance is a bag of dog food.
A what?
You got to donate a bag of dog food to go into the haunted house.
A bag of dog food?
Yeah. I think so. They get into, like, you have to give them a bag of dog food, sign the waiver. If you make it to the haunted house, you get $20,000.
So you have to bring a bag of dog food just to go in the house?
Yeah. I think that's a nice fee. I mean, you pay for these haunts. They're like,
But what does the dog food have to do with anything?
I think the guy just is a dog lover, that guy that runs it.
A haunted house that promises an extreme experience that can last up to 10 hours requires participants to medically be cleared by a doctor and sign a 40-page waiver.
Dude.
The McKinney Manor experiences in Summertown, Tennessee, and Huntsville, Alabama, also require visitors to be at least 18 years old, insured, and pass a background check and a drug test.
Make sure you're not crazy. You're on drugs when you're in there.
WFLA TV reports that owner Russ McKinley, is it McKinley or McKinney? McCamey or something like that, offers thousands of dollars to anyone who completes the tour, but says no one ever has. He records each tour on video for his own protection, he says, and then posts them online showing them quitting in humiliation.
Nice.
It costs nearly nothing to enter, just a bag of dog food.
Yeah.
What size? How big? What brand?
I don't know. I'm sure that's something that you can speak to him about.
Okay.
Like he probably has his preference.
The website warns of physically demanding environments, but McCamey says the manor is a mental game.
Oh yeah, I bet you they like mentally mess with you.
So are we talking about like a what was it? What was that one movie that came out not too long ago? Escape Room.
I've heard of
that type
it.
of thing.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Good movie, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. So I mean, that's not an escape room type of haunted house, right?
I don't know. I think it's one of those where they can touch you, they can torture you, they can smack you around.
Now, are you okay with that?
I mean, if you keep telling yourself that it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. But I mean, I also heard that they like do waterboarding and shit. So
I also heard they make you like they shove things in your mouth
yeah,
to make you vomit.
See, that's the thing. That's where it started getting me.
Right.
Don't be putting shit in my mouth.
Now, see, Busch Gardens at one time, I think it's called the Experiment, right? And what happens is that they get you in like groups of 4. It's an upcharge house,
right?
So you have to pay to do the house, right?
Okay.
And it's a very intimate, very, you don't have like the Congo line and stuff like that, but you pay a certain amount of price and you do each room. Now, one of the rooms is basically you're sitting there and the guy's strapped into like a wooden chair.
Right.
All right. And there's a whole bunch of IVs in there with bleach hooked up to the IVs.
Okay.
Okay. And then the guy wakes up, the light turns on, the guy wakes up, and all he sees is the 4 people.
Right.
Now, there's no names.
Okay.
It's only A, B, C, and D, right?
Okay.
And there's buttons that are set up in front of you.
Right.
Okay. The guy's screaming like he's begging for his life.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the guy is like from me to you.
All right.
Okay. That's how close he is. And he's kicking, he's screaming, he's strapped to a chair, right? He's trying to get loose, right? Now, what the goal is to see who can push the button.
Okay.
To do this, right? To inject gallons of bleach into this person's body.
It's a real thing?
Yeah, it was a real thing.
Holy shit. Okay.
Now, I mean, the bleach wasn't real.
Okay,
right? No. There were,
like
but
this happened in Busch Gardens.
No, this is all acting. I mean, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but you had 4 buttons, right? And the people that were guiding you were sort of like getting in your face, like, you want to push the button, push the goddamn button.
Right.
You've got to push the button, right? You're a fucking joke if you don't push the button. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people were coming out of there crying, like.
I'd push the button.
And then on top of that, if you didn't finish the thing, if it was like $50 to do it, you were kicked out like halfway through.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
I'm definitely pushing the button.
Like if you didn't do what they told you to do, or to see if you would do it,
right?
They'd say bye, see ya, adios.
Huh.
So that $50 just went to waste.
Right. Push the damn button.
Yeah, I'd push the button.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's fake. I mean,
yeah.
Shit.
I mean, but it's so intense that it doesn't look like it's fake.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, there's a guy hooked up with bleach, and I'm about to kill him. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you really think you're at a theme park and you're paid to go into a haunted house. I mean, I guess it mentally screws with you to where you think you might actually harm someone. I have no idea.
But would you do it though?
Fuck yeah.
Now, what happens if you found out that it was actual real bleach?
Well, he's dead after. I mean, there's nothing.
I mean, would you feel sorry for the guy?
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad.
My bad. I just injected bleach to you.
I'd sue Anheuser-Busch or whoever owns it now.
I don't know. I think what was it? Not InBev. I think it owns it.
It's like some German company.
Yeah,
or
something like that. Bought out Budweiser. They actually paid him a good amount of money for it.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't want the name. They just wanted the beer.
Yeah.
InBev, I think it is called. Reese's came out with their poll to see who is the most popular candy.
Was it Reese's or was it just
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the most popular Halloween candy poll finds.
Yeah, that's
candy to buy? Well, a recent survey by Monmouth University might help. According to its results, among a list of 8 top-selling types of candy, the most popular one by far is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, with 36% of Americans picking this as their favorite. I'm
not doubting that.
No.
I
love
a
it would
Reese's.
have been higher.
Yeah, I love a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah.
I'll do that all day long.
I don't care what shape it is. Just
give it, even if it's melted.
It could be shaped like a dick. I'll eat it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
In second place is Snickers at 18%, and M&M's round out the top 3 at 11%.
Would you do Snickers?
I don't mind a Snicker.
What about M&Ms? I'll do M&Ms all day long.
Well, it depends on the M&Ms too.
What do you mean?
They got different types. They got the plain, the peanut. They got the pretzel M&Ms now.
Yeah.
I love pretzels.
Okay.
So pretzel M&Ms. They have the caramel M&Ms now.
Do you like the caramel ones?
Yeah, they're not bad.
I've tried them. They weren't that tasty.
Yeah, you can't really. They're really
Tastes like
chewy.
Yeah, like a real cheap, chewy candy.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like the peanut butter ones.
Peanut butter ones are good.
Yeah. Those are
Anything
good
peanut butter is
snackers.
good.
The white chocolate are okay.
I'm not a big white chocolate guy.
I mean, at first they're okay, but then it's like it just messes up the insides.
Yeah. Then they get into the whole pumpkin and all that shit.
Pumpkin. What are you
I
talking
think
about?
they have pumpkin spice M&Ms.
Do they really?
I think so.
I think there was another one that was that just came out, and it was not cotton candy, but it was candy corn.
Ugh.
But it wasn't candy corn.
Right.
It was white chocolate, but the outside would look like the levels of candy corn.
Candy corn is disgusting.
You don't like candy corn?
I don't like candy corn.
Oh, it's the greatest thing known to man.
Oh God.
Like I'll do the pumpkins, I'll do the regular candy corn. Now the original ones. I won't do like the different like flavors.
Right.
Like the chocolate candy corn. To me, it takes away from the whole original candy corn.
The university notes the poll was conducted by telephone from September 23rd to 29th with 1,161 adults in the United States.
Okay. That just ended up abruptly.
Yeah.
So they did a poll, and they found that Reese's was the most, or the top for Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. When my kids come back, that's the first thing I look for.
Like, give me that goddamn Reese's.
Like, oh, you're going to bed.
But Daddy, I want a Reese's. I don't give a
You
fuck.
ever done that? Ever seen those videos where they pretend to eat all the kids' Halloween candy and they tell them the next morning, and the kids freak the hell out? It's the funniest shit in the world.
See, like when I was growing up, back in the day, it was. I don't know if my parents were sort of like paranoid, right? But
inspecting the candy.
Yeah,
and
like
all
my
that
brother
stuff.
and I, we had to put all our candy in one big like cardboard box,
Right.
And then before we even sat there and like wanted to devour the candy, right? My mom would have to like check the candy, like everything, like inspect it, like a health inspector. You know what I mean?
Make sure it wasn't open.
Well, because she would say, "Hey, look, there's razor blades, there's poison,
all those myths and stuff."
And I'm like
old school.
I think it only happened like one time, not in Florida, but I think one time it happened where somebody put razor blades or a razor blade on a piece of candy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's not.
That was a big scare, though.
How about the parents that freak out because they hear a report that people are giving away THC-laced candy on Halloween? They're not doing it. You know how expensive.
You don't think so?
You know how expensive.
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on where they get it too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They get that fentanyl candy,
the real cheap one. Now, I can see where some parents are a little bit questionable, or borderline of like, oh my God type of thing.
Right, yeah.
Because if they're putting THC in candies, right, what else are they putting in candy?
Yeah, true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume that if you're going to go that route, you would trust the person that you're getting it from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you wouldn't just get it from some Joe Blow on the street. And, I mean, I wouldn't make a difference. I guess if you did,
right.
You know what I mean? Because some people, that's what happens. You know, you get it from the street or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think some guy's sitting there like, oh, I'm going to get some kids fucked up this Halloween? I mean, he's not just going to sit there and pass out. He spend his hard-earned money on his drugs. And
I mean, he might. I mean, he might be passing on the love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I find it kind of fun.
Now, would you go with a THC candy if you found out that it was THC?
Would I take it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I mean, would you? I mean, just hypothetically. I mean, you know, would you go after that?
Would I go after the person if I found out?
Well, both.
I mean,
would you
I'm not
take
going
the
to know
candy
who did it.
Right.
I mean, if they hand you the candy like a gummy bear or a package of gummy bear, I mean,
Right.
I guess you could probably tell because it'll probably have some like
smell to it,
or some weed
Right,
logo on it, or it'll be in like a Ziploc bag.
But see, also too, I mean, it doesn't matter like how high you get, right?
Yeah.
Your body can't get like, for example, if you do like, you know, tramadol or methadone, right?
Yeah.
And you take too much, your body's going to go, you know,
You'll feel
bye-bye,
it.
right?
Yeah.
But if you, you know, do, you know, weed or cannabis or whatever you want to call it, right? Your body won't get, you know, high as a kite and like over the top. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll go to a certain amount and then that's it.
Yeah.
And you'll just, like, for example, let's just put it like feet range, right? if your body goes like 10 feet, being high as a billy goat, right? That's all your body's going to go.
Yeah.
So you could smoke 20 pounds of weed, right, and not be, you know.
You'd have to ingest a lot of weed for the toxicity levels to be.
Well, even if we're talking about like death, I mean, you'd have to smoke or eat, you know, like a whole truckload of that stuff, you know. So
like the Super Troopers.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and watch you smoke the whole bag.
Yeah, that was a funny movie
That's
too.
a great movie. The second one sucked.
Yo, you like the second one? I have not seen it yet.
I fell asleep, dude.
Did you really?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
How bad was it?
It was bad.
Was it really bad?
I think I made maybe 20 minutes.
Really?
Before I was out cold.
And you liked the first one too?
I love the first one.
Oh man, I can't believe that. And they were raising money for that film too.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like an indie type film.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
The first one's a classic.
Well, you never beat the first one.
No.
First one's always good.
Always good.
Now, would you be upset though if you found out that there was like THC in candy?
I mean, yeah, if my kids are going to eat it, of course. I mean, you know, you're going to be upset as a parent. You don't want your kids to ingest this stuff.
Like, what would you do if your kid was, you know, high after eating candy like that?
I mean, I'd never had experience with it, so I'm assuming we're going to the ER just to, you know.
All they're going to do is give you water.
Well, I'd rather than be under the care of a medical professional than to sit at home.
I mean, really, that's all you do. Like, if for example, if you've never like smoked weed or ate a gummy or nothing like that,
right,
and you go, like for some people, certain things are sort of like, you know, brings them down.
Yeah.
Like some people, they drink an energy drink, right?
Right.
They'll bring them down. You know what I mean? Or some people, if they like oranges, right? Orange, you eat something that has orange in it, like orange chicken, you know, or eat an orange or something like that. You know what I mean? To where your neurons are not having all that issues from the THC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it brings your body back down to zero.
Right.
So in many cases, like if you brought your kids to the ER and you go, hey, look, I think my kid just ingested like 20 pounds of candy that had laced with THC in it.
Right.
All they're going to do is just pump them full of saline solution.
Yeah. But I mean, think of it this way.
Wash
like,
it out.
Let's say you have like a 7-year-old, 6-year-old or whatever, and they eat their candy. Like, Mommy and Daddy, I don't feel so good. I feel funny. And things are spinning. You're going to freak out. You're not going to first think, oh.
Well, first I'm going to evaluate saying what's going on. Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? And then I'm going to figure out, well, what did you eat last?
Right.
You know, and if they say, well, this candy, and then I mean, you could tell, you know, by the eyes too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the body language, you know?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, well, let me just sniff like what you ate. You know what I mean? Like the wrapping.
Yeah.
And if you smell it, the most you can do is give them water, like just pumping them full of water.
Yeah, I'm a very paranoid parent.
No, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're going to do in the ER too.
I'd rather
Well, the other thing is they might
and go to the ER.
well, and I agree with that. I mean, I totally agree with that assessment. But also too, they might look at you look kind of funny too.
Right.
You know, like they might call, you know, the
Child Protective Services
right,
on you or whatever.
And be like, hey, look, we got a situation here.
Yeah, but you know, I just took my kid trick or treat. I mean, anyone with common sense, unless they're like, you should have chucked your candy or whatever it is.
But I mean, nowadays, with the type of doctors that we live in this world,
yeah, I know,
they're going to sit there and like, well, you know, you should have known.
Yeah, and then or you sit there and say, oh, you'll be okay, and something bad happens to the kid, and you didn't take him to the doctor. You're in for a worse screwing.
Well, that's true. I mean, it's always be safe than sorry,
right?
You know, but and again, really, all they're going to do is just give them water.
Yeah, it's fine,
and that's it. Like pump them just because that's going to bring them down.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I'd be sort of pissed at the whole thing.
No,
you know I would be like
too.
Really pissed. I'd be like, you know, trying to figure out who the fuck did it.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey man, why don't you give me a hint when you give me the candy? Son of a bitch.
I don't know.
Why don't you say this is for daddy or mommy?
Did they have that one time?
What have
so,
one time?
So one was it a child that really got hit by THC candy, and then they it was a big story. I think it was a number of years ago.
I'm sure.
Yeah. All right. So the top 10 best Halloween candies according to this other website that I had pulled up. Real simple.
Let's see if we agree with this.
Number 1, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yep.
Snickers.
That's 2.
Twix.
I love Twix.
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat's good.
Number 4. Number 5, M&M's. Number 6 is Nerds.
I like Nerds. I'm a Nerds guy.
It's been a while since I've had Nerds. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nerds are kind of.
I can eat like boxes of Nerds. Like they go down so easy. You open a box and
you
shove
really?
it in your mouth, and that's it.
So Reese's number 1, Snickers number 2, Twix is number 3, number 4 is Kit Kat, number 5 M&M's, number 6 is Nerds, number 7 is Butterfinger, number 8 is Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, I say the same thing.
Yeah.
Not too big on Sour Patch Kids.
You know they have a Sour Patch Kids cereal now?
It's horrible.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's horrible.
Ugh.
Skittles are number 9.
Yeah.
And Hershey Bar number 10.
Wow.
Hershey Bar,
that's
wow.
So low.
Top 10 worst candies. Can you guess? Let's go with number 1. You want to do number 1 or?
Black licorice.
Let's see. Black licorice is not on there.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Actually, I'm sorry. Licorice is number 8.
It has to be black licorice.
It just says licorice.
No, I'm talking about Twizzlers.
It just says licorice. Number 10 is a Bit O' Honey.
I don't even know what that is.
I know what it is. I never tried it.
Okay.
Good and Plenty at number 9.
Yeah.
Licorice number 8.
Ugh.
Can you guess number 7?
Worst candy?
Yeah.
Candy corn's got to be on there.
That's number 1.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
Smarties at number 7.
Smarties, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A well-known favorite, been around for decades. Tootsie Roll number 6.
I'm not a big Tootsie Roll.
No, you don't like Tootsie
I don't
Roll?
like Tootsie Rolls.
Gets you all gummy in your mouth.
Ugh. Like you have a log of shit in your mouth.
Number 5 is Nico wafers. Never heard of a Nico wafer.
It's probably like the little, you know those old, like kind of thin cookies with the little wafer cookies.
Yeah.
Probably something similar to that.
You think so?
Probably.
Number 3, Peanut Butter Kisses. You ever had a peanut butter kiss?
I never had a peanut butter kiss. You know what's really good, and I have a hard time finding them. They usually come around Valentine's Day. They have the cherry in the middle Hershey Kiss.
Oh, really?
They're really good.
Oh.
I like cordial cherries.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're kind of similar.
Number 2, Circus Peanuts.
My dad loves those.
What are circus peanuts?
They're like the marshmallowy. They're the shape of peanuts.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of marshmallowy and chewy.
Oh, you talking about like when they like Easter time they come out with those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go to like CVS after we leave here
Yeah.
and go into like the dollar candy and
they'll have it there.
They'll have it there.
Gotcha. Okay. And then number 1 is candy corn.
Gross.
I still can't believe you don't like candy corn.
I don't like candy corn.
Out of all the candy, you don't like candy corn.
I do not like.
How is that possible?
I just ugh.
Oh, candy corn is like the best.
Ugh.
The best thing that's ever conceived. So lastly, an American security guard asked a student to not call him the N-word. That request got him fired.
Update on the story, he actually has been rehired.
Has he really?
Yeah.
All right, so this is an older story?
Yeah. He got rehired a couple days later.
So what was going on before that? Did he like counsel the kid or what?
I think the kid was being disruptive or something. He was just trying to remove the kid, and the kid kept calling him the N-word, the N-word, the N-word. And then he finally said, "Don't call me the N-word," but he actually said the word, and there was a zero tolerance policy.
So he screwed up.
Yeah. So they fired him.
Okay.
For that.
So
I'm glad he got his job back, though.
All right. So he screwed up. He told the kid not to do it. He used it, in describing, hey, don't use that word.
Don't call me that.
And so then
I love kids.
If anyone knows the power of words to light up a student's world, it's Marlon Anderson.
I always say things like, you the best, you the greatest.
It's one word he said.
I do not feel that it's fair.
That got him fired from his job as a security assistant at West High School.
I made a conscious decision to address the word.
They really pump up the interviews.
Yeah, they do.
Like they really they put the backlighting on and the key lighting on and stuff like that. I don't know if they're trying to put them over or what.
They're putting them over, the ratings. All that
because
stuff.
it is an epidemic. Our kids use it just every day.
Anderson says a student who was refusing to leave the school pushed the assistant principal, so he felt it was his job to help. That's when the student said this.
He called me a B.I.T.
Oh, what happened?
N-word.
Anderson says no other staff member told the student to stop, and he only said the N-word to tell the student to stop calling him that.
You have no tolerance.
So he didn't have any restraint on using the word. It just sort of came out.
Yeah, he said, "Don't call me N-word.
Right. But what I'm saying is that he was telling this guy, like, not to say it because he was saying it.
Yeah.
The kid.
The kid was calling him bitch N-word, bitch N-word.
Right. And then all of a sudden he used it.
Yeah.
So now who's in the wrong?
They assumed he was in the wrong.
Right.
The security guard.
But yet you allow a student to call me that word over 15 times without correcting that behavior.
I don't think it's a matter of how many times you call a person that.
Right.
I think it's the matter of how you use it.
Well, you shouldn't use the word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if the kid is calling you the N-word, right?
Right.
And you're saying there's a zero tolerance to doing that, right?
Yeah.
So why would you use it to teach him or tell him not to use it?
Caught up in the moment, and
Yeah, but still, you still have to use
violent and
restraint, though.
Yeah, of course, you got to have restraint. But.
It's the zero tolerance policy for staff saying the racial slur that got Anderson fired, a policy he wants the district to look at.
It's lazy. It's lazy.
He says when it comes to using the word, context is everything.
My father was called this word. My grandmother, my grandfather, and keep going.
Horrible mics.
Yeah.
I mean, just horrible.
Going on down the family line, we were all called this word, and not one of them.
Like someone's chewing something.
I think it's his dreads like hitting the microphone.
It could be.
Not one of them could say, "Don't call me that." I can, and I shouldn't be punished because I have the right to tell somebody not to call me this word.
Well, there and again, you don't have the right to use the word.
I mean, they're going by their policy.
If that's the case to where you can't use it, if the kid can't use it, what makes you any different?
Yeah.
So if the kid is using it, it's sort of like you shouldn't be using the word to teach the kid a lesson.
Yeah.
No matter what the case.
Yeah, I see. I see where you're coming from.
Like it's almost like you're sitting there trying to teach somebody a thing, and they go, "Hey, look, don't put your hand in a bandsaw." Right? They put their hand in a band, or they do it all the time. Then you put your hand in a bandsaw to teach them a lesson.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
I mean, I can see the security guard's point too. He should have smacked the shit out of the kid, to be honest.
Give old Johnny a little lesson.
Yeah, just smack him.
So the guy got fired. Then he got rehired. Right?
He got rehired.
Is he a security guard now?
I think he's a security assistant or whatever he is.
And so what happens now? They sort of smacked him on the wrist and told him don't do it again.
Yeah, it's probably like, hey, we understand. You know, you're in the heat of the moment. You weren't calling the kid the word. You were telling him not to call you the word. We understand where you're coming from.
Just don't do it again.
It's probably one of those.
You think so? I mean, I don't know. I think that he was in the wrong for using it.
Of course. I mean, no one should ever use the word. But I mean, I see like when you get caught up and someone's calling you this over and over and over again. He's shown that he's been violent with the principal or assistant principal or whatever it was. He just got caught up in the moment.
You think that's what it is? Just got up in the moment?
I think that's all it was.
I don't know.
And as you could tell, I mean, he's pretty emotional about it. And
is he emotional because of the fact that he's trying to? And I'm not.
He could be playing up.
I'm not justifying his character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying, is he doing it for the sheer fact of trying to get an emotional response from people who watch it, or is he actually genuine?
It could be. I mean, he could be playing it up, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. And I'm going to say that he was being genuine about it. He was genuinely upset. He was talking about his father and his grandfather.
Even though he was in the wrong.
He was in the wrong for saying the word.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So this whole thing...
Per policy. Per the policy.
Well, either than that, I mean, you're working at a school.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're sitting there, if the kid is like cussing you out repeatedly, right?
Yeah.
Then you should still have restraint and refrain from words that you cannot, use.
I understand. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like, you talking to your clients, even though you may hang out with your clients, right? From time to time, you wouldn't say anything inflammatory to them.
Right.
Because they're your clients.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Even if they're your boys or whatever, if you're on the job.
Once you're on the clock, it's a different story.
It's different. So when you walk into that school, that's it.
Yeah.
That's, you have to put all the words that you use like with your boys off to the side.
Yeah.
And be more professional.
Yeah, he had an emotional response. He paid for it for the few days that he did lose his job.
He should have checked himself.
Yeah, he should have showed more restraint to it.
Because some of these kids are little bastards.
Oh yeah, that's why you gotta smack them.
I couldn't be a teacher.
No, there's no way I could be a teacher.
No, I would have every kid on hook.
But I could not.
Just buy their shirts. You know, it'd be like what's the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Just yoke them up, kindergarten cop.
Yeah. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Ow,
it's a headache. I don't know. I used to know a guy that did a Arnold impression really well.
Yeah.
He could have gone really far with his impressions.
I could do some pretty decent impressions.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get you in to do some more tattoos.
All right.
Like, I'm really pushing for this tattoo thing.
I know you are. I'll talk to one of my buddies and see what we can.
We got to do a bit about.
I'd rather have a licensed professional.
Gotcha. Well, we could do it off camera or off, shows.
Let's edit that part of the conversation.
I mean, you could run your tattoo gun and nobody would know that you're actually doing a tattoo.
It's not a gun, it's a machine.
I call it a tattoo gun.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Old school. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening to Off the Cuff. We're down to one viewer. We're at 4 at the most.
Hey, Lint.
I don't know if he's still listening. Your buddy Simon Goodman hasn't chimed in anymore.
Yeah, he probably got sick of me.
He probably did.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody, the 2 people who chimed in, Lint and Simon Goodman, for chiming into our show on Thursday nights. Next Thursday, we're not going to be here because of Halloween.
Right, trick-or-treating.
Tomorrow night will be the Bullshitter Show with me and Christian.
Okay.
So if you want to join, you're more than welcome to join.
I'll see. Odds are low, but I'll see.
Beg and plead and go, hey, look, I'm a radio superstar now.
Maybe I'll annoy. Yeah, right.
I've taken over the second seat from Lint.
I'll be hosting in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you'll be hosting.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's big news.
There you go.
I mean, she should be appreciative.
Yeah.
You've got your own show on YouTube.
That's very appreciative that I'm not in the house.
Also, Tuesday we might be doing a show with Bull and the Bartender Show. We'll find out. I'll let you know probably this weekend via our Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com, just search Bull Space Radio Lounge. You'll be able to find our page there. So, yeah, that's about it. If we don't do a show next Tuesday, we'll see you the Tuesday after.
Yeah.
I think Friday for the Bullshitter Show will be on.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Not next Thursday, but the Thursday after for us, right?
Right, for Off the Cuff, yeah. But next Friday, I think Lynn said he was going to be on as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he makes up his own schedule.
Hey, man.
Even though he's a host. So.
I'm here.
You're here.
Bulls Radio Lounge.
That's right. Thank you so much for coming out, Belly. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I am Bull for Bulls Radio Lounge Off the Cuff. I'm still working on an intro. We'll have an intro soon for the show, and then we'll look a little bit more professional.
There you go.
So, a lot of things rolling out.
Keep it right, keep it tight.
I just lost my music. There we go. All right, let's wrap this bitch up.
All
right, thank you so much for listening. Just check us out, youtube.com, Bulls Radio Lounge, and more stuff is going to be added. So we'll see you 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now.
All right, stay safe. Be safe on the trick-or-treating. Keep your kids safe. And just watch out for all the crazy-ass people that are
Check
out
the
there.
candy.
Check the candy. We'll see you. Have a good Halloween. We'll check you later. Peace.